I may or may not have a pause break in the middle to get a caffeinated beverage
Fair
because we
enough.
are out and I could use one.
You
So if I feel
did.
like I'm drifting off in the conversation, that may be why.
It's because you tired. You sleepy.
It's because I need caffeine.
Sleepyhead.
So,
You should get some
Anyway,
sleep.
welcome to Irony's Claw, everybody.
hey man,
We are on session 13, is it?
Hey man,
I'm
I'm a little
gonna check the
sleepy.
VOD. This is actually session 14. Sorry.
I'm a little sleepy.
So,
Hey, man,
yeah.
oh no, not big wake.
Sorry, this is the worst cold open we've ever come up with.
Cold
You
opening.
didn't even come up with it. You didn't even fucking come up with it. This is a fucking psychic pebbles bit. But you called me a little sleepy, and I had to do the bit.
and I was just like, oh shit, this is the bit now.
All right. So yeah,
I was hoping you would get it.
shall I begin
Yes.
with a synopsis of the previous session?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Irony's Claw,
Yes,
Session
the
13,
synopsis.
Ragnarok Arc, Part 4. Continuing on from the last session, Eli, Marco, Yuzu, and two of Marco's friends named Justin and Pete get into a fight. Asahite interjects before effectively kidnapping and interrogating Pete. Sigmund breaks Eli and Asahite out of the bathroom, with Sigmund scolding the latter after an encounter with the Reno Wrangler. After the encounter, Eli explains artimancy, narramancy, and ironimancer to Yuzu, while Eli pours over the notes. He finds the name of narramancers that lacks Reyna's name. While Sigmund is backstage trying to wipe the security cameras of Eli's ironimancy demonstrations to Yuzu, he disguises himself as a guard. He tries to find if Rain is somehow tied, encountered it, or some. I don't think I finished that sentence. He tries to find if Rain is somehow tied to Ragnarok, is what I probably meant to write, encountering a rogue guard with a USB, and eventually finds Asahite talking to him, insisting on talking about his bond with Sigmund. Sigmund, incredibly suspicious, creates a plot to make certain of Asahite's identity. Upon him and Eli using their wit to force Ragnarok's hand, they try to trap her inside, but she has already escaped. Eli goes into the security room and destroys the tapes. While in the bathroom trying to fix his height, he has an unusually powerful panic attack. Eli has a moment where he talks with Miles, texting one another and reassuring one another. Thus catching us up to Session 14. Ragnarok Arc, Part 5.
But part fucking 5. Oh, we got it. Oh man, we are deep into this Ragnarok arc. At least we finished that one day that 4 fucking sessions took place over.
Wait, that's over now? Concert's done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Concerts. Unless you guys have anything that you guys want to do at the concert as like our opener.
Oh no,
That's done. I sent the gif of how I imagine Reyna dancing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the drunk Russian dude, right? Or Ukrainian, whichever, whatever.
Just
Slav.
imagine that, but a cute purple-haired girl with glasses
and
trying to bust it
extreme
down.
social anxiety.
Who is in fact goated with the sauce?
Goated with the sauce.
She's in fact coated with the sauce, Tucker. I'll tell you what.
You saw that clip too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Goated with the
The real same Tucker.
It's disgusting, I tell you. Thrax showed me that.
That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite clip of that meme.
Goated with the sauce.
with the sauce.
Now, Mr.
White
President,
boy,
I don't
busting it
quite
down.
understand what you mean by goated with the sauce.
He's busting it down sexual style. He's goaded with the sauce. Is it not fun to see?
The white boy busting it down. But yeah,
Anyway,
that
that's
was the concert. Now I am aware and quite excited and also panicked that Faith has missed a few crucial moments
I know, I'm so sorry.
as to what happened. While I can't summarize everything, there are 2 things of importance that you've missed. 1, you missed the Wrangler, and 2, Yuzu knows.
Oh, great. Gwen is gonna keep playing dumb, and then Yuzu's gonna be like, "Oh no, I know," and she's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be like, "What?
You know what?
You know what?
Yeah.
I know that you know. Well, I know that you know I know. It's just, I know. God, I don't remember the entire conversation from that one episode of Troll Hunters.
I think that was from something else too. Like I've seen somebody else use that bit.
It's a pretty common trope. Yeah, it's a pretty common bit.
I missed Irene's claw. I'm glad I'm back."
Yay, we missed you too. The last session and the session before it, especially the session before it, felt so surreal without you here.
Yeah, it was really weird. I was like, man, it would be awesome if Gwen were here right now.
I'm sorry. I was having a little bit of mental health issues.
Guess what? So was Eli.
Yeah, Eli had a moment.
Yeah, I heard. Man, if Gwen was there.
Yuzu's doing your job for you. Gwen lacking, Yuzu the real empath. Anyway.
It's not Gwen's fault her grandma said that she couldn't go.
But it is yours. I'm kidding.
Okay, so the conversation sounds like this. Yes, I know. You know what? I know you know. How much do you know? You didn't know I knew, but now you know. I know. So I guess we both know.
All I can think of is you may know everything that I'm going to do, but I know everything that you're going to do. Strange, isn't it?
Did Eli tell Yuzu that Gwen is like an empath?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
because it came up in like, Yuzu was kind of like, okay, so you're like a wizard. What is Gwen? And Eli was like, well, she's not really a wizard.
She's
She's
my
kind of
emotional
something different.
support.
Yeah, she's like, she's something different.
She's here for emotional support. Also because we forced her to be here, but
It did kind of force her to be here, not gonna lie.
I mean, half. Yes, but the other half, she kind of was like, yeah, why not?
I stayed. That's going to be a point of contention. Anyway, on to the session.
On to the session.
We have our recap. We have our recap. Are you guys ready to start?
Yeah.
Yes, I just need to grab my dice. It shouldn't be too hard. I just have a lot of them.
So, we're going to open up the session in the Narramancer HQ the next morning, unless you guys wanted to finish up some unfinished business at the concert.
No, I think the concert's over.
Thank fucking God.
Nice.
I actually really liked the concert sub-arc, but...
It just... It was... We did a lot.
I meant to do that the entirety of that in the Rock and Rumble session, and then it extended for 2 more sessions.
Because I got really sleepy.
Big sleepy. Anyway, so nothing needed for you, Sigmund, right?
No.
So, we're gonna start this one at the Narramancy Council. You walk in, and you're suddenly bombarded by Miss Treyas.
Hello?
She does not say a word, but she sticks her hand on your face, uses your 2 fingers to pry open your eyes, and just takes a closer inspection of them.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably should have asked before I did this, but I made a new discovery.
What is it?
So, after I woke up last night this morning with a really bad headache, thank you, Evie, I sort of was looking at some old Ragnarok footage, and I well, tell me if this means anything. Tell me if this means anything. She like grabs your hand and pulls it over to like a computer that she's got like a fight loaded up on, or that she's got like some. Yeah, she's got like a fight loaded up on, and it's between it's between a narramancer and an artimancer.
All
Do
right.
you do anything?
I inspect it closely.
So she actually backs it up a few frames, like just right here. She taps the right arrow key like 3 times, and she just points to the screen and says, right there, right there.
Should I roll or what do I see?
Roll an awareness, beat 19.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh god. Okay. Just straight D20, right?
Yep. Do you have
First
a
of
buff
all-
to awareness?
First of all,
no, I
great,
don't.
great Incredibles reference. Second of all, I'm so invested right
Great
now.
Incredibles reference.
It's
Yeah,
it's the
right
scene.
there.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not. I love that.
Anyway, that was a 17. Sorry.
Do you not see it?
No, I don't. To be fair, video quality
She,
is
like,
a little hazy.
She like points to the man's face in this specific frame, and she zooms in, and the man's eyes are all black.
Oh well, that
It was
That's
a
not normal.
pixel. It was a pixel on the screen when you were looking at it before, but she zoomed in, and now it's all black.
that's not normal.
It's not. Please tell me it's not,
It's-
because
That's what I was saying.
I wrote 3 pages on this one frame.
Well, you're right in that assessment.
Oh,
I didn't. Did I get a glimpse of Asahite's eyes while he was possessed by, or while Ragnarok was taking his form?
you did. Did you look him in the eye when talking?
I presume I would have, since Sigmund usually does that.
They were normal.
Okay.
The thing you notice about this fight is that it's a narramancer versus an artimancer.
All right.
You see programs being ran, you see data being thrown.
So which one has the
The artimancer.
okay.
Something to think that there's like okay, right? Like we were at the Rain concert and there were people who had those little wavy things, those cute
The
little
scarves.
scarves that I want. That I want one of those.
Uh,
But like they had one of those. I'm starting to think that certain artimancers have marks relating to their AI somehow. But here's the weird part. She presses forward to the next frame. The dude's eyes are back to normal.
That. Well, that's unusual. How is that only for
Yeah.
a single moment?
Yeah. No,
How can you miss
that's
it?
what I'm saying. Like, blink and you miss it. Like, you're right. It's in my notes. She hands you a folder of notes. Open it up. Do you?
Yes.
There's actually 5 pages.
So you said 3 of the pages were on just this one frame.
There's
What are
more
the
than
other?
3 pages in there?
Yes, there's 5.
You look, and it's just more of her writing.
Is it?
I think I may have.
Does it still seem to be on the topic of that one
It's
frame?
the same topic.
Well, I must say you were
You
quite
wrote
in depth.
5 pages of analysis in a few hours about this one topic. About this fucking frame.
Dang, college must have been a breeze for you.
Oh, yeah, it was. I was top of my class. Was top of my class.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Mm.
It really is a shame.
They say that I have this weird, like, they say that I had this weird, like, skill about, putting together these papers. That's nothing, though. I'm a little embarrassed to show you this, but... Hey, promise you won't laugh?
I promise.
She pulls up on her phone an entire thesis paper about one of the seasons of Super Park Rangers.
Yes, based.
Upon seeing this, Sigmund, his expression changes a bit. He wasn't expecting Super Park Rangers. How many pages is it? 50 pages.
It's a 50-page document on Super Park Rangers that I wrote in one day.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
You've got to show this to Eli. He'd probably read the entire thing in a few hours.
Yeah. It's just some of my theories and speculations. This is just as the space arc was ending, and that one was my favorite. And I revisit it every year. I watch it every year, well, at least one time through, and every time I come away with new stuff. So I wrote this 50-page dissertation, and I posted it to a fan site. It actually got really popular. It was one of the top points of discussion for the Super Park Rangers fandom for a while. Some people have asked if I was going to tackle one of the newer seasons, but I haven't found that same spark in Fantasy Fury. I'm sorry, you don't know what these words mean.
I understand some of them. I played Super Park Rangers Bonanza.
Yeah,
So
that's a good entry point.
But that's the thing. A really good story allows you to come back to it multiple times over.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when that series as Red Ranger flew off in a rocket, hurled against the bad guy's planet, and he wasn't in the rocket, he was riding on the side. That was one of the best things I've ever seen.
I'm certain there's some sort of symbolism you picked up on in this.
Well, I mean, yeah, but just like, there was also the moment where he was climbing towards the head of the rocket as his teammates were just talking to him, like, through the intercoms, and just talking about how much they were going to miss him if he died. And, all the good times that they had. And it worked because you really got to see all that. You got to see all that throughout the series. They kind of started out hating each other, and then the perfect conclusion.
Indeed.
When he had to fight the final battle alone, when it was just him and that alien possessing his friends' minds on that other planet. That was bone-chilling. The artists used, the people who made it, they managed to write an entire 10-minute battle sequence without any dialogue. But it says more than the entire rest of the series ever did.
You're very passionate about this, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm sure you've guessed that we Super Park Rangers fans can be very passionate.
Devoted is the term I would use.
No, passionate's the right term.
Passionate, devoted, they're interchangeable.
Super Park Rangers.
Oh god, it's
Super Park Rangers.
the-
Where?
Hold on, I think I have the Eli image still on my computer somewhere.
I absolutely do. I can pull it up right fucking now.
There
There it is.
Where? Yeah, that's even better. Hold on, I'm gonna actually work on this a little bit. Just change it up, Unpoco.
That's the song that literally Gwen sings to Fang.
Aw, that's a cute
You're
song.
my honey plum, sugar plum.
I was wondering what you were doing with that.
Gwen
What are the
sings
cats
to
in there?
what?
He's just
Fang.
fucking looking at like
Oh.
That's not Fang.
yeah, the song that she would sing to Fang.
You're my honey plum, sugar plum. No, I don't know the rest of the words, but that's just
That song, I got
that's
you.
just the song that I think of when Gwen is petting Fang in her arms. She's singing him that song.
Send it to me. I need
I
inspiration.
have to find it.
You are forgiven for all of your crimes.
I can't wait until the arc where Fang suddenly gains sapience.
Anyway, moving on. So. Yeah, but
I found it.
I guess back to the topic at hand. My parents always said I went overboard. I guess it helps here.
Indeed it does.
But do give those notes a look. And I have a screen cap and a framed image. She just pulls all of this stuff out. She pulls a framed image of that frame. That specific frame zoomed in with the black eyes.
Yo, this song is perfect for Gwen.
Anyway.
Oh, perfect.
I'm sending it now. Oh my god, why are the eyes brighter?
He read Reyna's 50-page dissertation.
And now
Honestly, if he read it through, he might find something that's like, oh, that's inaccurate.
it's like,
It's like,
wait a
what if he's a
second.
bigger fan? Yeah, it's like, oh wait, that didn't happen.
But then again,
Or like,
she's
that didn't happen
rewatched
like
that series at least
She
once
rewatches that
per
one
year.
once a year.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Honey,
God, I hate that song.
And I love you so.
I fully expect Faith to end up whipping that out in the middle of just like a regular old day, and then it just Luke immediately grows the most sour expression.
I'd like a drawing of that. That's adorable.
No.
But like Gwen and Eli.
Fang moment. Fang. Oh.
Oh,
Obligatory Fang moment, by the way.
oh my God! Fang Irony's claw.
Oh my god, Fang! Irony's claw.
The world is a cruel and unjust place. There is no harmony in the universe. The only constant is suffering.
Oh my God, Fang from Irony's Claw.
I'm gonna get a
I still can't believe that
Remember
the
the name of
first
Fang.
meme I made for the entire campaign was Fang Seth.
Hey. Stop! No, don't save it.
I have
please.
to. I
That
have
is
to collect it.
cursed.
Good old Fang Seth.
Guys, I promise if I ever get a black void, I will bang. Whether it be male or
Dude.
female, I don't care.
Fang is a gender-neutral
Fang isn't
name for a
even-
cat. Not gonna
Fang
lie.
hasn't even appeared once in this session! Yet he is the most discussed character right now. I
Anyway,
didn't even do new shit. It's just the old stuff.
It's just fair. Yeah.
thanks supremacy.
Thanks, supremacy. Let's go. Anyway,
I'm
back to
glad
the
I made
session.
Okay, quick rant. I love it how everybody's like, I was like, oh, I like actually take the time and I put like effort into the actual main cast of Irony's Claw. You know, Yuzu, Miles, Evie, Suzaku, Petra, August, people like that. And then the two characters that people actually talk to me about are Fang, the cat, and Hayden's I simp for Reyna, the character I thought of in 30 minutes while in the shower.
Yeah.
You want to talk about irony? You want to talk about irony?
Look,
I'm the one in Irony's Claw.
look. I'm gonna describe it this way, Ruins. And I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation multiple times already. But sometimes it's the shit we pump out in like 2 days that ends up being our best work.
I hate that you're right. Or the work that we're most known for. I hate that you're right, and I hate that
And
this
it's just
applies.
the FNAF remix for tech, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's that all over again.
Just
Fang will forever be my FNAF remix.
this is glorious. Anyway, back to the session.
So, where were we at before I just went on a rant about it?
Reyna's dropping off literally everything for Sigmund, being like, "Hey, study this."
Study this, and I got this framed.
Where'd you?
I don't know when
Where did you have the time to get a picture frame?
I thought of it, and it appeared.
What? You're a narramancer?
I am.
Huh.
She is a narramancer. Don't you remember? I was thinking about beautiful picture frames and just, you know, one that I would like to have, and like, I was thinking about that while I was doing this dissertation, and it came into existence exactly how I wanted it, subconsciously.
Well, it is quite a nice picture frame.
Yeah, and it was just the size for this. It was just the size for this picture that I couldn't help but like. I mean, it looks cute if it wasn't in the middle of a fight.
I don't think cute would be the word I would choose.
Does I mean, the frame looks cute.
The frame definitely is magnificent. But I don't know, I don't usually see somebody striking at somebody else with pitch black eyes and a furious expression as necessarily cute.
You should watch the fantasy season of Super Park Rangers.
Everything just goes back to that, doesn't it?
Yeah, Glindeth is adorable. The little fairy that follows them around.
Let me guess, black eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, little black beady eyes.
I mean, when you describe
You
it
look
like
at
that,
the
yeah.
frame. You look at the frame, and the picture changes from the artimancer photo to Glindeth from Super Park Rangers.
Reyna,
Oh,
would this happen to be Glindeth?
oh, yes, yes, it would.
Huh.
How did I adorable. Look at it, Sigmund!
I am looking at it. At this point, Sigmund is cocking an eyebrow, just absolutely baffled by what's going on.
You want to read my 3-page dissertation on how cute Glindeth is?
I'm sorry, I don't think I have the time for that.
Oh. Will you at least think about it?
I'll consider it.
Okay. Probably should get you an actual picture.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. Just for now, take my notes.
All right then. Well, in that case, I presume we both have business to attend to.
Yeah. I'm gonna be watching this a little bit more. I want to see if there's any details that I could, I want to see if there's any more details that I could pull from.
All right then. Get back to me if you find anything.
Okay. Is that all you want to do? Is there anything else you want to do in the Narramancer Council?
There's... I have ideas of what I want to do, but... Is Miles back?
Actually, as you were talking, Yeah, Miles is back.
Alright.
Miles is here.
So Sigmund is going to walk up to Miles. Well, we got some more information on the Ragnarok case.
Oh. Well, I hope you don't mind, but I hope you don't I hope you don't mind, but the Ragnarok case isn't really my forte, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no, I understand.
I've been sent on different missions around the time that you guys were messing with Ragnarok. But I'm interested to hear in what you have.
Well, recently, Reyna found out that for a split second in one of the frames of a fight between an artimancer and a narramancer, the artimancer's eyes turned entirely black, only for one frame.
That is indeed strange.
Even more considering the fact that Reyna had said that she was poring over Ragnarok footage means that this might somehow be a tie, or a clue of some sort.
I mean, if anything, that'll definitely help you out in the case.
Certainly. So have you had any time to work with Eli on his abilities?
No, I will be seeing him later today, but this is the first time I've seen him since the trial. Don't worry, though. All is going according to plan.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I believe that we'll have, I know for sure that we'll save him. She says that with a bit of a hushed tone, away from the other people.
If you have trust, you have my trust as well.
Thank you, Sigmund. That really does mean the world at a time like this.
If there's anything you need me to help you with, just give me a call.
I just need to set up frequent visits with Eli. Make sure that his irony powers can, we could study his
Flourish?
irony power.
Prosper?
Yes, prosper. Well, maybe not that word, but that we could study it and get a greater knowledge of how we're going to go about using it. Or how we're going to go about how we're going to go about his irony powers going forward. How he could use it, maybe not be so afraid of it. And maybe how we could not be so afraid of it. He gives a smile. But anyway, I will be heading out to see him soon.
Alright then.
Are you going to join me today?
Oh, for sure.
Awesome. Well, I'll see you in the narrative. I have a few things to take care of here before I head down there, but I will see you soon.
Alright then, farewell.
Anyway, cut to... Unless there's anything else you want to do.
No, that would be it.
Cut to Eli's house. How did you sleep?
Well, I got home, gave Jamie a hug, just to make sure that, just to tell her, like, yeah, I came back, see? Like I promised.
In fact, you know what? We're gonna cut back to the end of that night.
Okay, so we can kind of have that interaction. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So, you get home. And it's late, but your mom is still awake.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually looks kind of worried. Oh, hello, Eli. How was your concert?
It was good. Eventful.
What's the expression on Eli's face?
Tired.
Oh, I can tell. Going to a concert is really tiring. I understand if you just don't want to talk and you want to,
It was my first concert, so I'm kind of, I don't know if out of it is the right word. I'm just, I'm a little tired. Yeah.
Yeah. After a night out, it always is kind of tiring. That's normal. Anyway, Eli, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
And what's up?
Do you think I jumped the gun, per se, when trying to send Jamie back to school?
Eli actually does, like, sit and think on it for a second. He kind of puts his hand under his chin. And he's looking down to the floor for a moment. And he looks back up to his mom and he's like, well, I don't know. I'd like to think that you made the best decision you could make at the time you made it.
Yeah. But more that I think about it, I was so sure that she was ready, but maybe that was me putting my own feelings above hers. I think the only reason that she has been able to flourish as much as she has been is because she's been spending a lot of time with you. That all changed when I told her I had to go back to school. And you know what? I worry for her education.
Well, there are, I don't know if there are many around here, but I've
already got a plan. I
Oh.
told her that she didn't have to go to school anymore, but I did tell her that she can't start slacking on her education.
Of course.
I said that from now on that I was going to homeschool her.
Right. Yeah.
At least until she could finish. Jamie's 11, right?
I would like to think so. How old is Eli again? He's 14?
Eli is 14.
Yeah, so if he's 14, she's like 3 years younger than him, I think. So, yes.
So that would probably mean she's in, like, late elementary school?
Yeah.
Early middle school?
Like
Is that...
5th, 6th grade.
4th or 5th grade.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it. Like, I've always played her as like this middle schooler, but like, I mean, not that I'm gonna change how I play her, but like, I always thought of her as like some middle schooler. But like recently, I just kind of realized, hey, 12, that's elementary. Shit.
Yeah, that's around elementary. Elementary schools still have crazy shit happen in them, so don't even
Yeah.
worry about that.
No,
Like,
no, no.
there's like no
It's just
difference between the
there
schoolers.
really isn't a difference other than I guess one has recess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um. So yeah, I'm going to at least homeschool her at least until she finishes elementary school or until she's ready to go back. But yeah, I really should have thought about that. I was just so happy that you guys were, you know, I was happy that you guys were happy. And you know, what may be going well for you doesn't always mean it's going well for Jamie.
You know, I just. I kind of feel bad in some way. Because Jamie, she's got a lot more going on than, um. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop my thought here for just a second, put it on pause, let me reply to this.
Okay.
Alright, sorry about that. Back in scene, back to character. She's got a lot more going on than I think we both realize.
What do you mean, Eli?
I don't know. I'm just every time I talk to her, she it's giving me the feeling that she's holding stuff back.
I know. I know. When Liam left, she wouldn't talk to me at all. She would barely let anything slip. I've kind of just come to accept the fact that Jamie will tell us when it's her time to tell us, when she's ready to tell us. The more I tried to force her, the stronger the wedge was between us. The more she was afraid of me.
If I've learned one thing in my time and talking to people, it's that you can't always try to force a conversation. You can't make someone think the same way as you. You can't you can't always reason. Sometimes you just gotta be patient.
Eli, you're a lot smarter than me. I've always been told that, but I never
I
really knew what it meant until recently.
You know, I would also disagree with that sentiment. I still don't know trigonometry.
Well, I imagine in a couple years you'll get there, and
I
your knowledge.
I don't know if that will be the case, but yeah, I like that you have some belief in me.
Of course, I have belief in you, Eli. Unlike your father, I'm here for you, and I want to see you succeed.
Ouch. Right. You don't think he's ever gonna come back, do you?
You want the truth.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I think so.
Your
I
father's
mean,
not coming back.
yeah. I figured that.
there's always that sliver of hope
No,
whenever we get a letter. But
that I find this so. I never wanted you to hear this, Eli. But there's something about your father that I never told you.
Hmm?
Eli, he has another family.
what?
Bye. Bye.
Okay, first of all, let the players like take a moment to take that in.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
You know,
Iced.
Yo!
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. It's not really as surprising to me, considering the fact that Ruins rambled about this to me before I was in the campaign.
I did.
Oh, heard.
Oh my god.
I don't. Okay, well, let me see how Eli reacts to that. Like, he's definitely gonna take quite a long pause to be like taking it in,
Christ.
and it's not. You can kind of see. She can kind of see on his face. It's not like anger or frustration. It's like confusion. Like, why? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone want another family?
He was never happy with us, Eli. He never showed it. But that's the case.
Is to comfort this woman.
Damn. By the way, that damn was out of character. Um, Well,
Jamie doesn't know yet.
she doesn't need to.
I don't think she. I prefer you.
I
This
won't
is-
say anything.
This
If that's what
sounds a
you're
bit.
saying.
This sounds a bit. This sounds a bit out there to say, but I prefer you keep it from her for now. I
She's not.
don't think things would be right if she found out.
She's not ready.
Eli, you are worth so much more in this world than the value that man placed on you. You mean everything to me. You mean everything to her.
I don't need his value. I don't need to find worth in his eyes.
She lets out a soft smile.
Even if it does hurt to say that, it's true. So, I'm just gonna work with what I've got.
Eli,
That's all we can ever
if you
do,
need
right?
a moment, or if you ever need to talk to anyone about this, I want to be here for you.
Of
The
course.
day that he left, I made a promise. The day that he left, I promised myself, and I promised you guys that I would never leave your side. That we will come back from this.
Yeah. You're right.
Look at you. Got so many friends. You're out there doing stuff. You went to a concert. I know the sting is unbearable, but you do have people that actually care about you. And you don't need to worry about him.
You're right. He's actually one of the least of my worries. Just, it's, he's my dad. And nothing can really change that, so
I just kind of have to live with that, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I thought he loved me too. And I wish it could have been anyone else. Somebody who wouldn't have just up and abandoned us like that.
Well, I'm gonna go get some water and talk to Jamie, make sure she's
She
okay.
hugs you.
Eli's gonna like take a moment because like he is feeling a little vulnerable, but he's trying to you know, I'll tell you out of character, he is trying to put on a strong face here because it's like he
Your
doesn't
mom kind of
exactly know.
senses that. Your mom kind
He
of
doesn't
senses
exactly.
that.
Yeah, he doesn't really know how to handle this information just yet, but he can handle it. Like, does it make any sense?
No, I got you. And the way I
He's
kind of see it is
gonna
that,
process it.
like, the way I kind of see it is that there's a part of me that sees a lot of this as a facade. Like, a lot of stuff is hitting Eli very fast, and he hasn't really had time to really cope with any of it.
Right. Cope.
Gope, gope,
Oh, man.
gope.
So
In other words,
Eli's
cry
gonna
about it.
Indeed.
Eli's gonna hug his mom back.
She kind of looks at you, trying to keep strong. It's like, Eli, it's okay. That is news that no one should hear. It is not normal, but you do have value. You have value to me and those around you. And I know that it's going to take more than me saying that for you to believe it. But it's true. One day you will come to realize. One day you'll see what we see.
I've got an odd question.
Yes?
Do you see what I see?
What do you mean?
It's okay. I think that answers it. Just
Well,
ask
wait.
me.
What do you mean, though?
Just it's a perspective thing.
What is the
Maybe
thing that you see?
just how do I put this? A family. You see us as a family, right?
Of course. Eli, I wouldn't have stayed if I didn't see you as a family. I couldn't imagine a world where I don't. Eli, if I didn't see you as a family, I couldn't imagine that reality. You guys mean everything to me. I don't see him as a family, so I don't talk to him.
That's
You guys will always be my family, no matter what. You're my kids, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and if he can't see that, that's his problem.
right.
I see that. If I were anything like him, I don't know what I'd do with myself. If I didn't see you as a family, I don't know how I don't think that day will ever come.
It doesn't matter if it does or doesn't. If it does, then maybe he saw something different. Maybe he realized that he was wrong or something. If he doesn't, then we don't have to worry about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's gonna like give her just a little tighter of a hug and then let her go, you know?
Of course. He's gonna hug you back equally as tight before letting you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and get some water for Jamie.
You do that. I think she's still awake.
Trust me, if she's waiting for me, she probably is. All right, and he's gonna grab a cup of water, and he's gonna begin to head upstairs.
All right, as you head upstairs, um, as you head upstairs, Jamie's kind of in her room. Like, it's just kind of dark and a little quiet, but you could tell that something's going on in Jamie's room.
Eli is gonna enter quietly. Can you see Jamie at all?
Jamie's just watching a video on her phone.
Oh, gotcha. He's gonna kind of quietly approach. Jamie,
Hello.
hi.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Hi.
I got you some water. I figured you probably hadn't hydrated at all today.
Roll awareness.
It's more of an assumption than anything, but yeah, okay. That's a 12.
You see her face. It's red.
Oh. Jamie, what's wrong?
I was up with Mom all night. I cried.
It's okay to cry.
Yeah.
It's a way for us to... Sorry about that. It's a way for us to, deal with those emotions and stuff.
He wants me to. He wants me to feel better, and I want to feel better, and I don't know how.
Well, the first step is to localize your... Let me say this in a way that might be easier to understand. Whenever I want to feel better, I take the big task of feeling better and I make it a smaller task. I take it a step at a time, task by task, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe feeling better is sitting up and taking this glass of water and drinking a little bit of water.
She sits up. Her hair is very messy. She drinks the entire thing of water.
Hmm.
And then she's just like, I do feel a little better.
See, what do you think the next step would be?
Are you still awake? Are you still like, are you too tired?
I mean, I am a little tired physically, but I'm still awake.
And I don't have to go to school anymore.
I
So
heard.
it's gonna be like, when we could just sit and watch Super Park Rangers.
Right. So long as you don't neglect your at-home studies, okay?
Okay, but can we tonight?
I don't see why not. Are you starting school tomorrow?
No, Mom says it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Right, she probably has to build a curriculum.
Okay, well, yeah, of course we can. You want me to go grab some hot cocoa? What would you like me to do?
Eli, I'm scared.
You're scared? What are you scared of?
Yeah. Mom wanted me to go to school, but I don't feel good about going to school. I don't know how. And, like, I feel like I got what I wanted, but I'm worried about if it was the right decision.
Jamie, that's a fair thing to worry. You shouldn't feel bad for worrying. We can't always know if we made the right decision, and we can't always sit around worrying if we made the right decisions. Um, let's right now, what we can do is we can work with what we have. Okay? You not going to school could end up being the best decision we could make right now. Right?
Right. Yeah. I don't want to think about all of that. I just want to think about watching Super Park Rangers
You'll have to
right
think
now.
about it sometime, Jamie, but you don't have to think about it right now.
Thank you.
Of course.
She gives you a hug.
Yeah, Eli's gonna hug her back. I'll always be here for you, Jamie.
She smiles.
Okay, the
And if you-
moment I unmute my mic, a train passes by. Are you kidding me?
I didn't hear it.
You're gonna hear it on the VOD. But anyway,
A little- She smiles as she, like, leans into your arms, and a few tears come out of her eyes. You promise?
I promise. Also, out of character, when I looked up Hayden moment and the gifts came up.
oh,
The Hayden moment.
Show him the other one.
I refuse to show them the
Show
other
him the
one.
other
is
one.
it the
Not showing
furry?
them.
Is it the furry?
Anyways.
Myself.
It's
I
not a
posted it
furry.
myself.
What is it? What is it? I'm curious.
Yeah, anime boys.
Anime boys?
Gay anime. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that was the one.
Persona 5 gay anime boys.
Kill and Hayden?
I don't
Those
fucking...
aren't the characters' names.
Not even close. Not even
I
close.
think it's probably an inside joke on some other server, and it somehow made it
Likely.
to tenor.
Yeah.
Also, I
Really
really,
funny.
find the whole Hayden moment with the snare drum falling over really interesting, because, like, I'm in marching band, but that's not our school. And the only time that I can recall, oh yeah, drummer falling over, is like my freshman year when we were at a marching band show. The tenor drum player dropped his stick, and so he tried to reach for it and ended up falling over. But it wasn't our band. So we were just watching these people during their show. The tenor drum just falls over, and we all just laugh, but at the same time we feel bad for the guy, because, like, what are we supposed to do?
Nothing. You sit there and you laugh.
I mean, laughing's kind of impolite, but, like,
That's what
how are we
that's what
supposed
we
to
call
not
a real
laugh?
Hayden moment.
Yeah. Gwen's
Anyway.
therapy sessions is just, you're loved. This is a threat. But, the main reason I unmuted was to say, I wonder how many times, should Irony's Claw ever be adapted, the word Super Park Rangers will appear in the script. There's 3 words in that order.
You know what else? Rain. The word rain. I've counted. I've mentioned.
I don't want to hear about how many times rain will be mentioned. Christ
So
almighty.
here's the thing.
Rain is not only a common noun, but also a proper noun now.
There's been this soft quota where I have to mention Rain at least once every session, as long as she's still around.
You fucker.
It's a soft quota. Like, it didn't start out that way, but then session 2 hit, and it became a meme that you guys hated it this much. So I was like, I want to see if I can get one in every session. And I go back through the VODs.
You have succeeded.
So far,
I
you
have
carried through.
succeeded.
Hold on, I've got to find the rain in each of those now that you bring it up.
It's gonna be like a goddamn safari. Safari?
It's like hunting the Shreks in delayed input.
I don't know what that means. Anyways.
Okay,
back to
okay.
this-
So, like, just a quick explanation. So, there's this YouTuber Kyle Bosman, and he in one of his episodes he made a joke about how his show is above Shrek jokes, and then proceeded to, in every subsequent episode up until the more recent ones, hide mini Shreks in each episode.
Chad.
Yes. Anyway, but no, Super Park Rangers is the next like top meme. Then it's We Are Legends or We're All Legends.
Yeah.
Then it's just
Anyway.
everybody hates rain.
Yes.
Oh god, okay, so
And then it's what do you mean I'm an interdimensional terrorist?
that's another big one.
Super Park Rangers, where?
Okay,
I wanna
so
do just,
session
I wanna
one.
do just a quote board from Irony's Claw.
Session one is the, of course, introduction to rain. And then eventually we get session two. I wasn't there, so I don't know when rain showed up in that one.
All the time, all over. They went to a music store and it was decked out in rain shit. By the way, there's stuff there if you want to go back.
Neat. Anyway, session 3, again, wasn't there. There's probably something.
Isn't session 3 the one where they went to the music store?
No, session
That is
3
the one
is
where they went to the dojo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yuzu had
And
a
then-
rain jacket.
Jacket, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Session 4, the D word episode. I presume there was a plushie at the carnival.
The plushie was at the I did reference the plushie at the carnival that Jamie would end up getting.
That also appeared in session 5 because that's where Jamie got the one. That's also where I joined the campaign. Session 6. I don't remember where rain showed up in
Session
this one.
6.
They probably
Okay,
put some.
this one was a subtle one that you'd miss if you didn't know that I had this soft quota. It was the fact that before Gwen and Eli got on the skating rink, there was a contractually obligated rain song.
Oh yeah, right. I was thinking something like that, and then it was like, oh yeah, there it is. Okay, session 7. Yeah, Yuzu turns out to be a rain enjoyer.
Did she reference it?
Is that the
I
one?
think so. That might have been.
Wait, hold on. That might have actually been a different session. That.
I'll have to go through session 7 again.
Yeah, session 9 was the one
Yeah.
where.
Session
Yuzu
8,
became
you guys
Session
like
8 was.
started your study trek of rain.
Yeah. Session 7's the one that's actually. I don't remember.
I'll go back.
Because,
I'll go back through and look at it.
You know, because the plot.
Yeah. I don't know. Session 7's hard to remember for anything else other than Super Park Rangers references and, oh yeah, Eli's getting deleted.
Yeah. Of course, session 8, the pile of rain stuff. And on top of that, there's also Asahite fish and Sigmund shark. That was funny.
That was a great
Doesn't
moment.
involve rain. Still a good bit. Session 10. Rain was kind of like... Oh, Eli was studying rain, and that's how he found out about Ron Maple. I remember that.
Yes.
There's also Reyna Treyas. We thought she was Rain. Turns out, she's just...
You did bring it up. And the players bringing it up it does equal quota met.
And then Reyna's like, oh, don't tell me you know me from the essay that got me kicked out of college. And I was like, essay?
poor dear.
But yeah, then we
Session
get
11
to
was the
session 11. That was the
Rock
Rock
and
and
Rumble
Rumble
Party
Party
Pizza
Pizza Pack. Upcoming
After the
Rain
pack,
concert.
After the pack, y'all discussed Rain and the Blonde Boy. And session 12 and 13 were the concerts.
Yep.
Anyway,
Session
I think
14.
this is a good place to. I think this is a good place to wrap up this scene.
Yeah.
I will be right back. I have to use the restroom.
I'm gonna get some water too.
Yeah. Consider this your mandatory water break.
Stay hydrated. This is a threat. So if you want to ramble into the void while I grab some water, feel free to do so, Luke and or Faith.
Okay.
What am I doing?
He's just
Rambling into the abyss of the VOD.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well,
Don't spread any alt-right propaganda.
okay, Dad. Anyways, anyone heard of the JQ? No.
Oh no! Damn it! What did I literally just?
You seem to have forgotten that I was part of the alt-right back in 2016, fucker.
Hey,
No,
did you guys,
wait, hold on. I thought the
see
Phalange was
Block
like.
this block?
Phalange? I was, yeah, the Phalange, I was...
I thought that was left.
Well, it's kind of both. It's third position.
It's
Hey, did you guys
off
see
center.
my meme of-
It's,
Right.
Yeah, it's like alt-center, but I was more right-leaning. I was more of like the Catholic element rather than this
Yeah.
syndicalist. But
Fair.
anyway...
I gotta get some water now.
As an explanation, I was a fucking idiot kid, okay? I am far smarter and far wiser now. Anyway, so, fucking, what were we supposed to do? Chatter? Should we just do, like, in-character chatter or something? Or, like, oh, Ruins is back! Thank God!
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hayden went to go get water, and he was like, hey, you should probably chatter or something, because the VOD's gonna be empty, and I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm like, oh God, what do
Listen,
we
there
do?
there are empty spots in the VOD a lot, so sometimes we
don't-
all get tired and
Dead air.
dead air.
I don't want that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so, how'd you like that scene? We both kind of just improv'd the shit out of it.
You mean me?
Yeah,
Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
good.
Like that was a great scene. I think some of our best stuff comes from when we're thrown on the spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that reveal is something I have had plans for since the beginning of
That
Irony's
was a
Club.
hard reveal, man. That hurt me, the player.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, I hope all of you watching the VOD enjoy that little bit of Luke lore.
Yeah.
Luke
Yeah,
lore?
don't worry about it. I promise. I promise I'm not that fucking stupid anymore.
You'll find out.
Anyway.
What happened? Like,
So before he went to go get water, he was like, and Luke, don't spread any alt-right propaganda. And I was like, but like when he left, I went like, okay, has anyone heard of the JQ? No.
the JQ?
We shouldn't go over this.
Yeah.
We'll go over this once the session's
You'll
over.
find out.
Probably.
I'll tell you all about it and why it's
Listen,
stupid.
Listen, bro. We've all done stupid shit.
Mine was
this
being
is-
a fascist, sir. So
Oh,
that's the
geez.
stupid bit. Yeah, we'll go over that.
Don't worry,
Oh.
he just flipped right across the x-axis. Is that the right axis?
I'm like, I've become more like off-right as like time goes on, like, but I'm pretty still like lib-right.
Dang, I thought you were
Like-
true libertarian. Damn.
Not even
This
even
is
close.
this is a real L, boss man.
My apolitical ass believes that everybody has the chance to learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, fair, right? I'm the living embodiment of that.
I'm a radical
So-
I think
centrist.
humanity. I think humanity itself is the living embodiment of that.
Yeah.
I believe in the potential of humanity. I just hate government. That's the only distinction.
Yeah.
I think we had this. I think me and Hayden were talking a lot about homeowners associations recently.
I fucking hate
And I made a reference
homeowners
to that.
association
I made
passion.
I made a reference to that episode of The Biggest Problem in the Universe where Maddox thinks that a homeowners association is small government. Anyway,
Yeah.
The next morning, you wake up. What do you do when you wake up?
Well, I wake up. The first thing he does is he kind of like rubs his, and he goes to see like what time is it?
You check your phone.
Yeah.
Before you could see what time it is, you are bombarded by dozens of texts and missed calls by Yuzu.
I missed when I had no friends. This like
my God.
because now this is my phone. So he looks at the messages first.
Eli, please pick up. Eli, please pick up. Eli, we need to talk about this.
How
Eli,
late were these texts sent?
after you went to sleep,
No
like
fucking
2
way.
a.m. 2 a.m.
She's still awake? Like he's gonna text her being like, you texted me right as I went to bed. Are you still awake? Are you okay?
And then you hear da 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 da.
Eli picks up the phone being like, hello?
Oh wait, no, that's a Discord. Eli,
It's
Eli.
8 in the morning. What's
It
going
is.
on? How much coffee did you drink last night?
I may have had 1 or
One?
3 Monster Energy drinks.
That's
And I'm
a
starting
lot
to
of
feel,
caffeine.
yeah.
You should take a break. You should drink some
Yeah,
water. and
no,
get some rest.
Eli. That shit was scary yesterday.
I'm aware. I was there.
Eli,
Yuzu,
don't.
please. I promised I won't put you in a situation like that again.
I
I
don't.
promise you.
I don't think I could. Eli, I want to still be your friend, but I don't want to be put in danger.
Yeah, of course. You're not going to
I
be put in
don't.
danger.
I don't want to hold any more people up in bathrooms.
You're not going to have to do that, Yuzu. Relax.
Thank
I
you,
promise.
Eli.
I will do everything in my power to avoid putting you in a bathroom with Aussie ever again. Let
That sounded
alone
wrong.
I have just woke up. You can blame everything.
Yeah, Asahite scares me now.
He really does mean well. I promise.
Yeah.
He's just
I mean, if I didn't already see him as the Omni Janitor, I don't think I could physically be around him.
fair enough. I promise. He means well. He's just that's the nature of some of the things that I have to deal with. So it's not always pleasant, and I'm sorry. So you won't have to deal with it again. I promise. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee now. I'll go get some rest.
I'll try.
All right. Bye-bye.
You hang up the phone. Her pink hair is frazzled. Her eyes are wide open. She is still shaking.
Damn.
What do you do now?
Well, that was something. She could have pink chihuahua. She could have waited till at least I woke up. Oh well. He's gonna kind of get up out of bed, go get dressed in some like random clothes or something. He doesn't really have anything planned today. So he's just kind of like, I'm gonna just like write something, get my mind off of all this stuff, and like recuperate. You know?
Okay.
So, the first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna head downstairs to get a cup of coffee and like see what the rest of the fam is up to.
They're just discussing.
Okay.
Mary's just kind of going over some of the curriculum plan and just kind of asking Jamie what she'd usually talk about in school. So is there any way you want to go about this, or is there like you have a preference on how? No, no, it's fine. Whatever you come up with will be good. Good morning, Eli.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Well, woke up. That's a plus.
That is indeed a plus.
I'm gonna get some coffee and just do the usual thing.
Okay.
Been a while since I didn't have to go outside to do something, so I'm gonna take this chance to relax a little bit.
Of course, Eli. What you got anything else planned for today?
Not that I know of. Unless someone contacts me and like desperately needs to talk about something.
Of course. Has that happened a lot recently?
Well,
I mean, desperate's kind of a weird word. How many times a day do you get called by someone desperate?
not very often. I was saying that as like a, I don't know, hyperbole. I'm a little tired still.
I gotcha. Concerts can definitely be a bit tiring. Music festivals too. I tell you, when I went to my first music festival, I had to take the entire rest of the next day, to just rest.
Yeah, I can understand that feeling.
She just kind of like goes and like after you get your coffee, she gets herself some too. Uh, she asks you if you want to join them for breakfast.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. She hands you like a plate of bacon and eggs and like little sausages too. And with that, we can cut over to Gwen.
Yo.
Unless you wanted to do anything else.
Um, not that I can think of, unless you want to RP him desperately thinking over like some poems to write or something, but that doesn't sound too interesting.
I kind of want to see a little bit of that, if you don't mind.
We could do that another time. I'm
Yeah.
currently like dreaming up of different poems and stuff you would write, so it'll take some
Oh,
time.
okay. I didn't know it was like you, the person.
Yeah, me the person trying to write some stuff.
I got you. That's fair. So, what the fuck is Wonderland?
What?
Oh yeah.
This is the new fucking RP that started.
Oh yeah, I saw that the D&D thing. Looks like it's something that Tagger's putting on.
Cool.
Ooh.
Neat.
I still gotta like make my character for the Great War campaign. So there's that. Anyway, we cut over to Gwen. You wake up early in the morning. You wake up in the morning as usual. Do you send Gwen any notifications of what went on last night?
I don't think Eli even thinks to. Like he already has a lot going on, so it's like he doesn't really like think to, you know.
Okay. So,
Do you any texts from Yuzu?
no, Yuzu was just texting Eli all night. Oh, by the way, some of those texts you received just had a hasty salutations put in front of them.
That is so funny. Like, I promise it's the real me. Don't ignore me.
So, did you have anything prepared for the what did you dream about? Faith.
Hold on. She's currently. My brother decided to call her. Apparently, so she's out of the room for a second.
Oh shit.
I hate when people call me because it immediately takes it Discord off Bluetooth, and that's so annoying.
What did he want?
He wanted to ask if you already ate.
Yeah, we did.
It's
Oh, yeah.
fine.
That fucking idiot. He could have just texted me. I love him. It's fine.
I'm coming back. Sorry about that.
You only get that kind of love from family.
Yeah, true.
Me.
I'm pretty sure I annoy my sister with shit like that all the time. Anyway, do you want to do the what did you dream about? If you have anything, a symbolic look into your soul, if you will. Or are we good to just cut to when you wake up?
I need to start writing down ideas for her dreams. So
If you want to.
I'll probably start doing that, so I can so I don't constantly leave you with nothing.
No, it's good. It's just I'm trying to get a little bit more insight into Gwen. If you're not into this segment, I'll cut it. But
No,
like,
I am. I just never have. I just keep forgetting about it.
I gotcha. So, you wake up to Fang just kind of pawing at your face.
Fang.
Fang.
He just you see the little kitten just like walk along your sleeping body as it purrs, occasionally pawing at your face to try and wake you up.
Good morning, Fang. She starts petting Fang immediately as she wakes up.
Louder purrs.
Oh, I need to cut your claws. Ow.
Yeah.
After petting Fang off her and sets him on the bed, and she begins to do her daily routine.
Nice.
While kind of sulking that she didn't get to go to the concert with Eli last. Whatever, she can do it another time. Thanks, Grandma.
How does that look? Just in character, how does that look?
So, as much as we love Gwen, and as much as she's such a sweetheart and she loves her grandma, she's still a teenager. She's gonna have sassy. So she's probably gonna be upset with her grandma.
Okay. This is something I kind of want to RP.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go.
So, your grandmother calls you downstairs, and she's just a little bit excited. Hold on, I haven't done the Sophie voice in a few sessions. Give me just a second.
No, you're good.
When? No, that's not it.
You gave her a little bit of a twinge of.
Gwen, I've got some good news.
She mumbles as she comes.
What does she look like when she's coming downstairs?
She has a little bit of a pout.
So, like, still well done face, or like,
Yeah.
just
Well,
it's adorable.
She's like, she kind of has her cheeks puffed out. She's
Gwen.
trying so hard to be mad.
Sophie immediately recognizes it, but pushes past that and just is like, Gwen, this is going to make up for any of that. I've got a surprise for you.
Mm.
Gwen, she pulls at your cheeks just a little bit.
Mm.
Do you want to talk about it? I'm sorry. I'm keeping my composure.
The voice acting is glorious. Just like
Bryn
there's one
Frank,
person who's like,
everybody.
"Hey, you want to talk about it?" Just motorcycle noises.
I'm sorry. You didn't have to say a word. You already captured my heart. I'm gonna say it again. Bryn Frank, everybody.
Bryn Frank, everybody. Yeah, Bryn Frank.
Anyway.
Hi everyone, I'm Bryn Frank.
Oh my god. That's great.
Yeah.
Yay. Bryn, please stop looking at my Super Park Rangers.
What is this?
No, it's not a new obsession, I swear. Anyways,
What happened to Yeah, Ron, what happened to Bobo's Strange Journey?
I found a new thing to obsess over.
I thought it
Always
wasn't an
find a new-
obsession.
That's over.
No,
She just
Bobo's
said
Bizarre
she-
Journey is not an obsession. It's a lifestyle.
It really
There
is.
you
It
are.
really is. So,
Anyway.
the cuteness, I can't. Anyway, so I just imagine Ron's 20-page essay on the world of Irony's Claw.
God.
I'm not crazy. Anyway, you guys continue, I'm sorry.
Speaking of, you do have bunny girls on your notes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, your grandmother just kind of just pulls at your cheeks and just like, hey, I know, I'm sorry that I wouldn't let you go to the concert last night, but it's okay. You said you weren't even a Rain fan anyways.
Grandma. Did you hear me?
What? No, I didn't.
You're supposed to be helping me in the department, Grandma, not keeping me.
You know, I do want to see your love succeed, but more importantly is I want to help you in the safety department. Those concerts can get pretty dangerous for a girl your age.
I know, but I can take care of myself.
I want, if this ever gets adapted, I want there to be a scene of those concerts can get pretty dangerous for girls your age. Cuts immediately to Asahite interrogating someone in the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, but I can take care of myself. Cuts immediately to Eli's mental breakdown.
What could possibly go wrong at a concert, Grandma? Everything goes wrong.
Your grandmother smiles. Gwen, one day you'll be ready. I just don't think you're there yet. And Gwen, I don't think you're going to be mad when you see what I've made for you. Did I cut out? No, I did not.
Grandma make.
What is it?
I finally found those vegan eggs.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. She's excited. Yeah. She's got a plate. She's got a wonderful plate of like this vegan sausage in a biscuit with like a small plate of those eggs and French toast. And she just hands it to you.
As the smell wafts into Gwen's nose, she still tries to keep that angry like persona, and she's like, like her grandma could probably see some kind of hesitation.
Gwen, I think I really knocked it out of the park with this one. I'm so excited for you to try it.
And as her grandma says that, she no longer has the capacity to be angry with her grandma, and
You can't do it! You can't be mad at Sophie! Ever!
no, I physically can't, and Gwen probably physically can't.
Gwen, I will say though, I was worried that one day we'd have to have this discussion. But, I'm not afraid of it. This is the discussion I'd want to be having rather than the one that we had a few years ago. But
Yeah.
at least I know you're safe, and at least I know I can make sure that you're safe. The day will come when. The day will come. Has Gwen ever actually been to a concert?
No.
The day will come when you can go to your first concert. And, it should be a band that you actually like rather than some dumb fad.
Yeah, I really want to see Evanescence Linkin.
Wake me up.
How about-
Wake me up inside. Can't wake up. Wake me up
Wake up.
inside. Save me.
Hey. How about, I'll tell you what, and make it up to you. If you could find a group of people to go with, or when you turn 18, I will buy your tickets to that concert, or whatever band you want to go to.
Yeah, but Eli and Yuzu were going yesterday.
Eli and Yuzu, I'd want to meet the parents of a group that takes you.
Yeah, I know.
You know how it is, Gwen. I want to make sure that I'm putting you in the hands of trustworthy people.
But you've met Eli before.
Eli, she kind of laughs. Eli doesn't have the capacity to take care of himself, sweetie, let alone another person.
Cut to Eli having a mental breakdown in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I would like to see you deal with the terrors of irony, ma'am.
She'd probably handle it better than you.
More than likely, let's be real.
Damn it. Damn it.
Sophie's a tough lady. She's been through a lot, bro.
Yeah, there's a bit of a thing that you guys will discover later, not about Sophie, but just about irony in general, that makes it so that you'd be like, yeah, maybe she wouldn't be the best at handling this, because no one is, but she'd definitely fare pretty well, at least compared to Eli. But, yes, I meant an adult, Gwen. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'd like to meet this person. I'd like to talk to them about what's actually going on, and I'd like to get an idea about them. Just to make sure that I put you in the right hands.
Yeah.
I'm sure other concerts will come around. And one day I can meet Eli's parents, or I could meet Yuzu. Technically, I already has met Eli's mom. I can meet Yuzu's parents. And we could actually, discuss chaperoning events like this. But in the meantime, enjoy your bacon and egg, or enjoy your sausage and eggs.
Thank you.
Of course, Gwen. And I'm not saying it's out of the question. I'm just saying that maybe next time we plan it better.
Okay.
And I think you'll come to see that you'll be glad your first concert wasn't that rain lady.
Ha ha ha. That was out of character.
How so?
Because the concert, well, yeah, just yes.
Yes.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Well, Gwen continues eating her food, quietly enjoying. Like the eggs are surprisingly accurate. Like she could have tasted.
absolutely. So your grandmother behind the scenes has kind of been workshopping tastes of different eggs, and you kind of get that this is a store brand recipe, like a little bit of a store brand recipe, but also she added some stuff for flavor. Like if you bought just a packet of those eggs, they would not taste the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if you want to send out the message for irony training, Sigmund. If you're gonna want to join Miles on that endeavor, or if Miles should send the message himself.
I'd presume that Miles would have already sent the message.
Yes, he sends a message to specifically Sigmund and Eli, but he doesn't include Gwen.
I wonder why.
Yeah, maybe I wonder why too. Anyway, so do you, seeing this, make a point to notify Gwen, Sigmund, or Eli?
So Eli's getting notified about the irony.
It's a group text between you and Sigmund, you, Miles, and Sigmund. Like, hey, I'd like to continue on your irony training today.
Eli is actually going to reply with a, "Oh, I was going to use today to kind of relax a little bit, but if so long as it doesn't take too long."
It won't. He sends a smiley face.
Also, what do you mean by training?
I mean, we gotta have a better understanding of this.
Exactly.
Is that
I use the word training because I couldn't think of a better word.
fair enough? And he's going to kind
Obviously.
of...
I view it as both you being trained on how to learn to use your powers, us being trained on how to deal with your powers. You know, training.
Right.
He smiles.
So Eli's going to kind of like go... he's in his room writing some poems in his notebook when he gets this text. He's going to go, "Well, there goes my day off." And he quietly closes the notebook.
You could reasonably say, no, I don't feel like it today.
He is inching ever closer towards deletion.
That is true.
There is no such thing as a break.
You don't have a day off, or at least it would be unlike Eli to take a day off in the midst of the madness.
With Gwen around, he's gonna have to at some point.
Fair enough. So
I believe it.
It's important.
Self-care is called me progressing closer to my goal.
Nope, I'm not. That's
No, but
Self-care is when I steal your birthday cake just to eat it myself.
Listen, man, I don't. Listen, man. Bryn and Ron may have that perfect dynamic, but Eli and Gwen will always be the OG, cute teen dynamic for me.
Oh,
absolutely.
So it is gonna cross Eli's mind to be like, I should probably text Gwen to see how she's doing. And he's gonna send her a quick text being like, "Hey Gwen, sorry you couldn't come last night. How'd you sleep?" And then he's gonna kind of go get ready for training.
How's Eli feeling right now?
Well, with coffee and a little bit of like alone time, do something he's used to. He used to do like more normally. He feels a little better, so he feels like I can go for some irony.
I got time.
Yeah, I could go for a little irony.
Yeah, I still got time.
Yeah, I still got time.
So yeah. So you guys make it to, where do you guys want to meet for training? Any specific spots in Reno?
Uh, good question. On one hand, we could do the Rock and Rumble Party Pizza Pack.
You're gonna do
No.
your irony trick.
No, please. Anything. I'm so sick of pizza.
It is now a side. It is now a side goal for
It is a
Sigmund to
side
prove Evan
quest.
wrong.
I need to prove Evanod wrong. I need to prove to her that I can, in fact, beat the Rock and Rumble Party Pizza Pack.
Evanod has
Character
that. Has that.
motivations.
Evie has that effect on people, man. You want to just beat her out of spite.
Exactly.
Fuck you! I am better than you. Anyway,
Okay, yeah. Oh god, where am I yawning?
yeah. So, where do you guys want to meet up? There's always the park, but I'd imagine you
Park's a
guys
little
want to
too
meet up.
open.
Yeah, I want to meet. You'd want to meet up somewhere a little more secluded.
What about Sigmund's place?
That could work. Like Sigmund's backyard or something.
Probably.
Text Petra, make sure it's okay.
I'm pretty sure that Sigmund's in a sort of state where he can actually speak to Petra in person.
Yeah, Petra's at work right now.
Oh, okay then. Texting
The
it is.
busy pharmacist.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Sigmund sends over a text. We're
I get to do August and Petra again. I'm so excited.
yeah, I know it's great.
I love those characters.
I like them
I love
too.
how
They're pretty
immediately-
nifty.
I love immediately after I'm like, yeah, you know what? I kind of do love Petra. She's awesome. She's adorable. You as hating go like, I simp for Reyna though.
I mean, Petra's great too.
Petra's fantastic. She's awesome. Anyway, what do you
I
text
have
her?
2 hands. Anyway, so I am going to be texting Petra saying, hey, we're going to be bringing the kid over, as in the ironimancer, to help him be able to control... I'd probably articulate it a lot better than this, but essentially the gist of it is I'm wanting to make sure that it's alright with you if I bring Eli over to where we can help him get his powers under control.
Cut to Petra at work. You kind of see this, like this surprised expression before she texts back. Don't break, delete, or get us in trouble. Don't break or delete anything or get us in trouble, and you're fine.
Wonderful.
And if there's any problems, fix it.
Will do.
Okay. You're free to go.
Love you, dear.
Love you too. She sends like a kissy heart emoji.
Aw.
Anyway, so Eli texted Gwen, right? Saying that they're joining.
Yes.
Awesome.
Wait. Did he?
So he texted Gwen being like,
He texted.
"Good
me
morning, sorry you couldn't." Sorry.
Make it to the concert.
Sorry you couldn't like make it to the concert. How'd you sleep?
Oh, okay. Sorry, switching between characters. Anyway.
Gwen.
Do we get Gwen's reply to that?
Yes. So, as soon as she notices that Eli texted her, she stops everything that she's doing. She's like, oh. She scrambles for her phone and wipes her hands on her pants so she can text him back.
Why is that, I wonder?
It's covered in egg.
She's like, I mean, I guess it's fine. There's other concerts, and I'm doing all right. How did you sleep?
I slept about as good as anyone could imagine.
Dream about anything?
Huh. My, how the turntables.
I swear to God, if you pull this out in Krupp's Gambit,
Wait,
I'm
what?
not smart enough to do that, okay?
awesome. Besides, Cassio's a monk. He doesn't sleep.
Bro.
Nanomachines, son.
Oh my god. The Revengeance memes.
Pain, 7-Eleven. Hatred if you're so inclined.
Oh god. Okay, speaking of that,
It-
I'm tempted to get a scene of this with Sigmund.
I'm missing the MGS2 days when that was the popular series to meme on.
Oh, people still meme on Revengeance.
I
You're
mean,
talking
yeah,
about MGS2?
Revengeance. I'm talking about Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. You know, turn the game console off right now.
It's just that Revengeance just kind of...
Trivia, celebrity bullshit.
Ah, great. Spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit. I don't remember what Armstrong sounds like.
I don't know.
It's been a
Raiden's a
while
great
since-
character. He was written well in fucking Revengeance. Revengeance is a great game. Just, man, I loved this series a lot, and I love it before it was memed on.
I think the main thing about that is that I don't think I've heard any of the audio of the actual game for at least a year now. Most of what I know comes from fucking r/when and this massive saga about the blonde cheerleader, a principal at the school, the vice principal. It's a very long story.
Okay. Allow me to eventually, after the session, when I have time, tell you about the wonders of the Metal Gear Solid franchise and
Good.
why I love.
I shall.
Calming down. Calming down.
Happy thoughts, Ruins. Happy
You will
thoughts.
learn about the 12-minute. He will learn about the 12-minute codec call eventually. He will learn that Kojima put a fucking vampire in the series just because he felt like it. He will learn about the lady who dodges bullets just by standing there. He will learn about all the James Bond references. He will learn about the boss. Yes!
Session.
Right.
We're here now.
That just felt like an entire routine in and of itself. I love it.
That was all improvised. Hope you enjoyed it.
This is great.
Anyway, what did let's get the rest of this conversation so that I can ensure that everybody's on board and I'm not just teleporting people at random.
Where are we at with the damn session? My brain just...
Gwen and Eli are texting.
Gwen asked you if you dreamed about anything.
Gotcha. Right.
Right.
I don't know. Did Eli dream about anything? That's a good question.
Did
Well,
you?
He had a dream that he did kind of write a poem about. So, he's just kind of like, yeah, I did actually. Is it okay if I like write it out to you in poem form? That's the only way my brain made sense of it.
Was it a good dream or was it a scary dream?
I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna say that whatever dream you had, it felt a lot more vivid and real than a lot of your past dreams.
Is this irony?
I'm not
I don't know,
sure.
man. Is it?
I'm not sure. I mean, here, can you tell me if I just sound crazy with this writing? And he kind of like types out what was on his notebook right before putting on his backpack, and he's gonna send it to her.
May we see it yet? We may see
Yes.
it.
Posting right now.
Oh,
Post
that's a
right
lot.
now. Resting on the water, outward form my body like it's a waves. It's weird that you mentioned the moon, but anyway.
I always
The
like using
moon. I
me
wonder.
as a writer.
in
Oh,
fact,
me
in
as a
fact.
writer, I like solar objects, like the objects in the sky
The heavenly
a lot.
bodies.
So, exactly.
In fact, I'm going to ask you to roll awareness when you're coming back from the concert.
Okay. That's a 6.
Sigmund, roll awareness.
Oh, I'm getting dice rolls. Wonderful. Hey. That's a 2.
Okay. Anyway, he types you that poem. Gwen, what's your response?
Hold on, let me see.
So he said, like, yeah, I kind of wrote it out in poem because I was trying to make sense of it. Can you let me know what this looks like? Sorry.
Can you?
Sorry.
I feel like I need to introduce. I just remembered about copy wrong again.
Whoa.
Copy
that's
wrong.
really pretty.
I don't know if pretty's the right word for it. It's kind of a rough draft, but
I mean, well, of course you can tweak some things here and there, but I can see what you're trying to get at.
In that dream, it says there's this one line where it says, hold on. I'm reading it wrong. Hold on. There's a moment in that dream where the water just straight turns to darkness. Anyway, what were you saying, Gwen?
It's a really interesting poem. Thank you for sharing this with me.
you did kind of want to know what my dream was like, so that's the best I could find a way to describe it.
Well, I can visualize it.
That's good, I think.
I can imagine them setting each other voice messages at the point.
Oh yeah, Facebook lets you do that. Yeah, if you want to.
Instagram does that too.
Yeah. I'm imagining you're communicating, however you guys want to communicate. It's up to you. But, yeah, I'll say your text messaging services allows you to send voice messages if you want.
Most of them do.
Most of them do.
Anyways, have any plans today?
Sigmund and a couple other narramancers take
It's
me out
just
to do
Sigmund and Miles.
Sigmund and Miles are going to take me out to do some irony later today, but after that I think I'm free.
Alrighty.
I was going to take today to rest, but, duty calls.
You know you can just say no to them, right?
You know damn well I can't say no to this, right?
Eli.
Gwen.
When
Eli,
You need to
Gwen,
learn-
Sigmund.
Well, I will, once I'm done with the irony stuff.
But
What did Gwen say before that?
you need to learn to take a break every is what she said.
Okay.
Is there any way that I can ever convince you to try to
I don't need to be convinced. I know I need to take a break. I can't do it right now.
I understand.
Are you going to be bringing her to the irony training?
I mean, Eli doesn't really know if it would be a good idea. He's thinking like,
I can imagine Gwen telling I make a puppy appear in my arm.
yeah, like I don't know if I want to make life. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah.
Make a puppy.
Gwen is the cutest goth.
She's a wholesome goth.
Yeah.
Wholesome,
Too
gets him a
wholesome
goth.
to be too wholesome to be a goth, but I'll allow it.
It's probably gonna be like, in that case, it'd probably be like a pit bull or something.
Honestly, she doesn't necessarily really have the personality of goth. She's more into the style than the personality.
I imagine that.
Aesthetic goth.
So here's the kind of thing that I've theorized at the start of this, because goth has a very direct and like blank connotation. I don't see goth. I see more emo.
MCR.
Yeah, like, I see what you're saying.
But yeah. So Gwen will just we'll take a little bit of time. We'll do the irony training, and then you can meet back up with Gwen afterwards.
Yeah.
So, cut to Sigmund's house.
Hello.
Miles is the first to arrive. You know, Sigmund, as much as we work together, it's weird to think that we've never visited each other's place of residence.
I
You
know,
do
it's
have a
kind of
lovely
crazy.
home.
Well,
You do have a...
welcome to La Casa de Kaiser.
That's actually a fun thing to say.
It's a little bit of a
hate
tongue
to be-
twister.
I hate to be a bother, but do you have anything I could drink, maybe?
We have milk,
Milk?
I think.
I mean,
Did August turn this milk black too? God.
is there something you should tell me about this milk?
The milk itself is fine. It's just we suspect that August, my son, might have some narramancy abilities.
Oh. You see his face just kind of turn. You see the pleasant expression on his face kind of like dim a little bit. That could be a bit worrisome.
It's definitely going to be something that we'll find or need to find a way to, I guess, come to terms with. But
yeah.
at least
How
as
you
of
want
right
to-
now, me and Petra are doing all right.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine somebody like your son joining the council and having to go through what we go through. I wouldn't wish that on him.
I'm hoping that, all things considered, he does have a normal life as well.
Sigmund's like, you kidding me? The benefits are fucking awesome.
The family business.
The family... I was considering pulling the family business card out.
Yes. I mean, while it does have its perks, I'm admittedly still reeling from the trial, Sigmund.
That's fair. It certainly has made things a lot harder.
You're telling me. Anyway.
I am telling you. The words are leaving my mouth.
Miles just
Anyway.
kind of gives a giggle at that. Anyway, could I have some of that milk?
Sure. Sigmund goes to open the fridge. The milk is there, right?
Yeah, the milk is there. It's actually a new container.
Sweet.
A new container of pure white milk.
Good to know. He pours a glass.
You know,
wait, you were probably
it's weird
thinking
to
about
think of...
alcohol. Right.
No, I'm not. I'm not heavy. I'm not a day drinker.
Oh,
I was thinking like water. He just kind of laughs.
well, the
Sigmund, I was
tap is
going to
right
make a
there.
He just laughs a little more. Sorry, we're two adults in our late 20s, and you're offering me a glass of milk.
Early 30s.
Oh, right, you're a little older than me.
Yeah,
Anyways, I am actually parched, so I'll take whatever you can give me.
that's fair. Milk, actually, if I'm not mistaken, has been scientifically proven to be a slightly better hydration. I can't do words very well. It's better at hydrating you than water, apparently, because it stays in your system just a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's a little hard here. I've read. I've actually. It's weird. I've actually kind of. It's weird. I've actually kind of like. I thought about that. The human body isn't truly equipped to handle it. Handle milk as well as it does water, but it does have a lot more benefits.
Yeah, and
There's
yet
a lot
we
more nutrients.
drink it anyway.
But yeah, some people don't. In fact, I think the less you drink it, the less you're susceptible to drink it. Like if you've ever if you go years without drinking it, your body's going to have a reaction.
Yeah.
But I drink cream or coffee every day, so well, we'll see how this goes. At this point, Eli arrives.
How does he arrive?
How do you
Like,
want
just
to
by,
arrive?
By foot, probably, because he walks everywhere. He's
Yeah,
got some good legs.
I'd imagine.
Him and his backpack and stuff.
Or you take does Sigmund live fairly close to Eli, or does he live at least he does live in Reno, so what section of Reno?
Maybe a few miles down. I'd imagine that he'd actually be a suburban dude.
Oh, so that's where Eli lives. So he's
He's maybe a couple blocks. I wouldn't say maybe a couple blocks, but a decent walk.
Yeah.
Maybe a bus ride, but yeah. Yeah, I get
maybe
you.
like a short bus ride, but he makes it there.
Suburb
He's
gang,
gonna kind
suburb
of
gang.
walk up to the house, being like, "This is the address, I think." He's gonna knock on the door.
Sigmund hurries over to the door. That must be Eli. And lo and
Very
behold,
well.
Hello.
You see a well-dressed man in a jean jacket with a glass of milk and whatever Sigmund looks like.
Sigmund's
whatever the
actually...
fuck happened to Sigmund?
Sigmund is incredibly casual.
You know who else dressed up? Eli's wearing a pair of black slacks and a white dress shirt.
That's cute.
I didn't know what kind of training we were doing today when it comes to irony, so I thought I would come looking prepared.
Sigmund looks at his garb. It's not a lot.
Miles just has this casual flair to him wherever he goes.
Fair enough.
I wasn't
even when he's casual, he still looks pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sigmund's in basically his pajamas and a bathrobe. I probably should have gotten dressed considering that I knew I was going to have visitors, but...
I mean, I thought it was official business. I feel a little overdressed.
I thought nothing of it, Sigmund. Don't worry.
Huh.
I'm not going to judge you for how you look in your own home.
No, it's okay. I'm the one overthinking. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now we've just made it
Would you like a
awkward
gla-
about clothes.
Would you like a glass of milk, Eli?
Milk? I'm okay.
Well, do you want anything to
Miles
drink?
Miles just gives a small giggle. Even he thinks it's too. Never mind.
It's
Never
not
mind.
really immature. I still drink milk.
It's fine, Sigmund.
Anyway, is there something you would like to drink?
I did kind of have a little bit of a walk, so maybe some water?
Good thing I actually asked you. So he grabs a cup from the cupboard. It's
Just give me the cup. I can make it work.
okay. I mean, the tap's literally right there.
I know. And
I think
Eli
what he's
moves-
I think what he's insisting is that he would be his own tap.
That's weird. Why?
Don't worry about it.
So what's your goal with that? You
gonna
want to?
He's gonna take the cup.
Can I
Put it
describe the
under
cup
the-
really quick, actually? Because I just want to get that out there. Just what this cup is like.
Sure.
So it's just a regular tall glass cup. There's some like outward divots at the near the bottom portion of it, to where it feels almost like really large scales, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure I could just look up glass
have an image,
cup and
yeah.
send it. Glass
Yeah, if you have
cup.
an image. So Eli takes the empty cup and is gonna kind of like he's gonna try to he's thinking he looks at it for a moment and thinks like, okay, well it would be one thing to just have water like pour into the glass from thin air, but Eli kind of turns to Sigmund and to Miles and goes, it would be one thing for me to make water appear out of thin air, but there has to be a logical reason why irony would work for it to fit your narrative better when you start to write it in, right?
Yes.
Right. So
I'm imagining.
let's say there
I
was
think that's what we.
let's say there isn't a tap nearby. There is, but let's say there isn't. And I wanted to put water in this cup. How would you think would be the best way to go about it? Theoretically speaking, I could put this, let's say, in my backpack, and then fill it up with water. And he like goes to like really quickly open up his backpack. He's still holding the cup, but he like places the cup inside. And then when the cup comes back out with his hand, it's filled with water.
At this point, I don't just imagine why you don't just put the cup in your backpack and pull out a water bottle or something.
Well, I don't want to change the glass. I just want water inside of the glass.
You've made things appear.
Right.
Why does it have to be inside of the glass?
Well, because I was handed the glass. And because it was handed to me, it's part of the narrative.
That makes that actually makes a lot of sense.
Right?
But
had a
how
lot of-
reasonably does your backpack discuss water, or dispense water?
Well, maybe not reasonably, but you could always write in the narrative that it was always in there. And I just so happened to not spill any.
That you just had water in your backpack?
It doesn't make any sense, but it's part of the narrative.
At this
right?
point, I would just say
Not
that you
everything in
had
life-
an actual
Miles.
water bottle.
Miles, not everything in life makes sense.
You're telling me.
I'm
But-
gonna use that. I'm gonna put that in his quotes. Hold on.
Not everything in life makes sense. You're telling me.
But I do think that there should be. Sigmund, I think you're more opinionated about this. What do you think is a narramancer? Would that be adequate.
Hey, dude, welcome home.
Well, it'd be very hard for people to believe it.
You're all good.
So I'd
imagine if he does that in secret, then I don't think there's any harm or foul.
Exactly. No
Were there
one
any
knew I had...
cases? Were there any cases of irony that you've used where you just managed to slip past, or you just managed to get away with it?
Well, yes, actually. Rather recently.
Huh.
Let me preface this by saying I'm really conservative with, because of the whole, it could cause a tear or a rift in the whole fabric of reality thing. I don't really want to use them unless I have to, unless there's no other way. So,
Eli,
yeah.
he puts his hand on your shoulder. That was the old method. I'm thinking things are getting a little bit more dire.
You're saying that it doesn't matter, or maybe I should help rephrase you by saying that now is the time when there's no other option.
Miles looks to Sigmund with just like a pleaful look.
Okay, out of character, I
He
don't
checks
understand.
Sigmund.
Does he know what?
You know what I'm talking about.
I found out
Yes,
a
he
lot
knows.
of things recently.
I
Eli,
told him.
you know about the results of the trial.
Of course I know about the results. I was one of the first people to know. So,
Well, then Sigmund did his job well.
of course.
I didn't know how to bring this to your attention.
Why do you think I've been trying to learn irony? Why do you think I've been working so hard?
Then you understand. Now is not the time to be conservative with your use of irony.
At the very least, I can be logically consistent with it. It'll make your jobs
Obviously.
easier.
Obviously. But
So, would it be easier then to say, and he takes the glass that's full of water, puts it in the backpack, and then it comes out as a plastic bottle? Would that be easier for the irony's sake to say that instead of the glass, I was handed a plastic bottle?
Certainly.
And perhaps I was never handed one at all, and it was always in my backpack.
yeah.
My mom
Maybe
always
instead
does
of
like back
Sigmund
extras after all.
maybe instead of Sigmund handed you a glass, it was you pulled the water bottle out of your backpack.
Would that be easier, though? That sounds like a larger thing to amend.
Eli,
It's
don't think about whether or not it will be easier. Think about sometimes there's I guess now this is the best time to bring it up. Sometimes you'll be thinking about an objective. Sometimes you'll be thinking about how to get something done. And it's less to worry about whether or not it's easiest or how to put it into the narrative. Sometimes you just gotta act. But we need to get you to the point where you could act on intuition rather than worrying constantly about whether or not it would be easier.
So you're telling me to stop holding back?
In a sense.
Okay.
No, we hope that you use general logic when you're not in a life or death situation.
I know.
But if your life is at risk,
No holds barred.
no holds barred. We would much prefer that you make something difficult to amend as opposed to you dying.
Of course.
Eli or Miles just kind of looks to the two with a smile. That's what I like to hear. We don't want anything bad to happen to you. Listen.
Nothing bad'll happen to me, Miles.
Yes, that is the. I worry that you worry, because if I got that news, then
I'm done worrying.
I had my time. I had a lot of time to think about it. But I'm done worrying.
Eli, you impress me daily.
I'm not trying to.
Well, either way, I can't wait to see the things that you accomplish.
Okay.
I actually think wonderful things can be done with irony. If we let it.
You think so?
Yeah. If we're allowed to study it and talk about it.
I don't think you should study it. Rather, I don't think you should use it. I think it should be understood, sure. I saw something last night, Miles. I think it was because irony works like a double-edged sword. I can make amazing things happen, but at the same time, it can tear holes into reality and make me see things. Because I can already see things, I see the worst of it all. I see every hole. I see every crack, every rip in the narrative.
You want to explain it to me in a way that...
Makes sense?
Yes.
Well, let me put it like this. Last night, I had some kind of anxiety attack, but it wasn't like how I usually have them. I was in a bathroom, and I think something leaked out of the nothing, out of the ether, out of irony or something. But I was able to see and interact with a part of something. It wasn't like a voice in my head. It was real. It felt real, but it at the same time didn't feel real. Whenever I use irony, it's like I disassociate from reality. That's kind of the point, right? I'm taking reality.
That's the broad understanding.
Right?
Yes.
That disassociation comes at that price where there might be times when I won't realize something isn't real. Because irony is simply something that I can see that others can't.
Eli, I've read stories about ironimancers. Nobody could tell you what goes through an ironimancer's head except for an ironimancer. And the council has always been too afraid to approach them and discuss that. But there are
That's
similar
because-
instances.
Miles, if I so chose, none of you could exist.
I am aware of that.
There is an innate danger to being what I am.
That is why the
Yes.
council fears you.
I can understand that fear. Which is why I'm trying
But
to...
in order to
Which is why...
my goal is saying that in order to make it through this, we must overcome that fear. You and me as a whole.
I don't have to overcome anything. This is who I am. I've accepted that.
But you're
It's
afraid
them.
of it. But you're afraid of it.
I'm not gonna lie when I say that I am, but the fear isn't the point. Point is that that is who I am. I'm not afraid of what it is I can do. I'm afraid of what I'm willing to do.
Eli. The best way to overcome this, in a sense, is to reconcile with that part of yourself. To learn that you don't have to worry about it. Through things that we see are scary. Eli, I'm just going to let you know, you have the power, you have the capability to tear this entire world down with a mere thought, if you so desire. But do you want to do that? Do you see a reason to do that? Do you think that you should do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that should things not go the way we want them to, I think the only way to get a message across would be
Do something drastic.
to do something drastic. Yeah. I don't know if
Yeah.
tearing the world apart would be a part of that plan, but I have a couple
Eli,
different theories.
what are some of your theories?
Miles, do you dimensions or universes?
What'd you say?
I watch a lot of TV shows and movies and stuff. And do you know the concept of like a multiple reality?
You mean the other dimensions?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
What's what's to stop me from going outside of the narrative when I'm supposed to be erased?
Well, I'd assume that is a question that only you can answer, Eli.
Right.
Is that even possible with ironimancy? I thought that was restricted to just dimension users.
You can't leave the dimension. I don't know what ironimancy is capable of. It with narramancy alone, you can't leave. I'd imagine that
cross over
if
dimensions.
ironimancy, with all of our notes on ironimancy,
You know how you guys can travel to the in between that space outside of the narrative,
the outer narrative, yes.
the outer narrative, right? I don't think there's just one outer narrative. It would be impossible for such a small space to be the only small space. Maybe there's a
The outer
quarter,
narrative is a world upon itself, actually.
right? Yeah.
A world of purely narramancers. Purely the people that could see and use this power. It's a world that exists for the council. And if you're asking, yes, there are other dimensions. There are other planes of existence.
I wonder if I tear a hole large enough. Wondering if I could step outside.
I'm not sure about that. I think one would require a device or a use of a dimensional master. Or a dimensional master or the use of a device.
Right. Something crazy. Something I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a
That's
theory.
a whole can of worms on its own.
It was just a theory.
There's nothing to suggest that irony could tear a hole into another dimension.
In between the spaces.
But also, if the parallels of ironimancy and narramancy are true, if the parallels of ironimancy and narramancy are true, then it's reason to believe that the power stems from this reality itself. But again, we don't know much about ironimancy, so we don't know.
I feel like I know more than you guys just using it, but I'm still trying to figure it out.
That's why we're here. And that's why you can't be afraid. Eli, I know what you can do. Or I know you know what you can do. Or I know you're starting to get a better understanding of what you can do. And I know that there are going to be moments where it seems like it's too much to handle. But if you need anything, I'm a short call away. Also, I've been studying ironimancers. I've been studying this for a long time, actually. For my entire run of narramancy, I've been looking into different ironimancer cases just out of curiosity. And one of the things that one of the things that I've always seen eat them alive is fear.
Well, that would be a fair thing to
So
be, especially when you know what kind of monster you are.
you're not a monster, Eli.
No, Miles. I think the difference between you and me is that we're both monsters. But I choose to be a monster. I'm just a
What's
monster
your
who to not want to do monster things.
explain?
Well,
Explain what you mean by that.
you chose to be a narramancer. You can change someone's life on a whim. Not that you are allowed to, but you can. I was born this way, but I choose to not use my powers in a way that would be detrimental. We can both
I
do
don't.
things on a whim.
Eli,
You're
I
bound
don't.
by laws, I'm bound by my morals.
listen to
I'm.
me. We didn't choose for these abilities either. We simply chose to take up these mantles.
You didn't choose irony? Or, I'm sorry, narramancy?
To a lot of people, narramancy is something that can be learned, but to most, it's something that they
It's
discover.
chance.
I see.
It's not a latent ability. It's rather you
You either know
discover
you
it
can
by
do
the
it or you
same way
don't.
that from what I've heard, your story is that you've discovered holes in reality. Narramancy is simply the reverse. You discover the rules of reality. You come to learn them and come to understand them.
I
And when
think
you
as I
understand
use...
them, you can control them. You can change them. Which is why it's very important that we continue this. Which is why it's very important that you don't call yourself a monster. You are Elijah Jourdain Sullivan. Normal boy.
I thought his middle name was James.
Jourdain,
It's Jourdain.
it's... Did you not
I thought
read
it was two at one point, but no, I thought it was two. I definitely said James at one point.
I need to fix that in the
Because
descriptions.
of Monsters Inc. That's why.
James Sullivan.
Yep, that's why.
It's
I wonder
Jourdain
where Mike
Sullivan.
was asking
Elijah,
this.
Elijah James Sullivan.
Nope.
You are just as normal as anyone around you. You can lead a normal life. You could be a normal person.
That's the thing, though. I can't escape from the responsibility that I have.
Once
It's
all
always
is
going to
said
be at the
and
back of
done,
my head.
once we
No, that's
manage
not
to
what I'm
get through
saying.
this,
You think I'm just going to be able to walk away from making 30 kids disappear? Making 30 people just not exist?
Obviously not.
I'm going to carry this for the rest of my life. I'm not a normal kid, and that's okay.
Obviously not. Listen, Eli. We all have things that we're afraid of about ourselves. We all have things that... We all have secrets that we keep. Or we all have things that we wish we wouldn't have done. My history has not been laden with the best of things. There were times where I almost got in trouble with the Narramancy Council. Back at the trial, after the dust had settled, I looked back at that day and I wondered what I would have done if I were just a little more willing to act on my anger.
It says a lot about you that you didn't. It says a lot about
I,
you that you had those thoughts in the first place. But at the same time,
how,
you didn't act on them.
how so?
I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'm okay with being this monster thing, even if you don't want me to call myself that. I'm okay with it because, in the end, it's me. I get to decide what I do. And if that means doing bad things for the sake of a good outcome, then should that be the very last option, I might have to take that.
Elijah, I think the Narramancy Council has gotten to you. They shouldn't decide what you are.
I think the Narramancy Council decides a little too much what happened.
There's a part of me that agrees. There's a part of me that agrees strongly.
I think the Narramancy Council sucks. Sorry, had to.
Yeah.
Hey, can I tell you a little story?
Sure.
So, you guys promised not to tell anyone on the council.
I can't even talk to anyone in the council, so I guess.
I will sum this up, and you have my trust, or I have your trust.
You have my sword. No, but
I need you to swear that I have your trust. I need you to swear that, like, you will not tell a soul.
I swear I won't tell a soul.
As I have stated, my lips are sealed.
Okay. I will sum this up in 4 words. I killed a narramancer.
What?
That's quite something to say to someone. Was this in self-defense? Or
So, you talked about narramancers. You talked about narramancers. Why should the Narramancy Council control? Why should the Narramancer Council... You talked about why should the Narramancer Council have control over what we say, what we do, our reality. For the longest time, I felt that too. Before I joined the Narramancer Council, I discovered latent powers of my own. And I won't go into full specifics, but there was this one narramancer who how do I put this? Acted with such authority that he thought it was okay he was searching for an ironimancer, and he acted with such authority where he thought it was okay to put innocent lives in danger in search for this person. So I took that into my own hands. I killed him. And council does not know. In fact, the reason I joined the council was because, well, I thought I could change it from the inside.
I see. So, because a Narramancer was acting with impudence.
Just because of what you are, Eli, does not mean you're a monster. In fact, I'd say that Narramancer's actions on that day was more monstrous than anything you've done. Didn't want them dead.
Now I understand what you mean. When you were in the trial, and you had said maybe the one searching for the ironimancer was bad.
Yeah. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe the people on top aren't as good as we think they are?
That's funny. I actually had a theory surrounding the Ragnarok case.
Hmm.
I think you guys have a mole on the inside. Someone working for him
Really?
or for her. I found a bunch of names, actually. Ragnarok has a whole slurry of names. They have your name, Miles. They have your
This is concerning.
Well, yeah, of course it is. But oddly enough, I found a different name, one that I hadn't seen before. Who is Leonard Malcolm?
Leonard Malcolm,
Oh, Leonard
put
Malcolm.
in terms in your chance, is
The head
put in terms
honcho.
of our boss,
I see.
the guy in charge, the one who ordered your deletion.
I see.
He says that last line with intensity.
I suspect that the mole is someone higher up the food chain. Or someone more localized, perhaps. I can't put it past whichever way Ragnarok received the files that I had witnessed, they had to have come from the inside, which is what led me to this conclusion.
Yes. I mean, obviously, if Ragnarok, this rogue AI, has gotten a hold of Narramancer files and Narramancer names, that could tell us a few things. That I definitely think that there's somebody in our midst who may be working to feed Ragnarok.
I don't know much about how AIs work, so I don't know what kind of benefit it would be to have someone on the narramancy, like on the inside per se, but I bet you it's quite a boon for this escapee.
Well, a Narramancer and an artimancer. It's weird. You combine the powers to create worlds with your whim, with the powers of artificiality, and you're left with a terrifying result.
My problem is, if they have a narramancer on the inside, then why didn't they change a bunch of things in the narrative to better help Ragnarok fit in? Maybe even make it to where Ragnarok didn't even need to escape at all. They could have just left. So, whoever's on the inside, they either don't trust Ragnarok as much as we think they might, or perhaps they don't have the same kind of that a narramancer might typically have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Just thoughts. Sorry, I don't mean to bring up this whole case. I know I'm supposed to be training, but
actually, the fact that you bring up a mole in our midst is definitely a good thought. Something worth thinking about. You know, I think it does just prove our theory.
I don't think it's much of a theory. I do genuinely think that the Narramancy Council is corrupt, to say the least. I can't imagine having that much power for so long without it corrupting someone.
I'd imagine.
So, there's definitely a few ways you can. That kind
I think in some sense they're trying to push their idea of corruption onto you, and I don't think that's right.
What does that mean?
Like I said, they've gotten you to start calling yourself a monster.
I don't think they had much of a play in that. That's more so a part
Well,
of thought
They
experiments
created
and
the
other.
stigma.
Well,
they created a stigma.
humans are stigmatized creatures. Humans
Well,
are capable of doing horrible, horrible things to each other. Technically speaking, we're all monsters. That's the whole thought process of.
I guess there's that idea, but just because it can doesn't always mean we have to.
I
But
suppose.
in other words, I'm starting to think that the fear that is created through stuff like this is the thing driving its own extinction. Every ironimancer case I've looked at has some semblance of fear. You could either tell it by the person's face, or you could sense it in the words that they've said, or the shakiness in their voice.
I'm not afraid of being deleted. I'm afraid of what it'll do to the people around me. Right? Is that what you're
Theoretically
talking about?
speaking, the people around you won't even remember that you exist.
Isn't that such a cruel reality, though?
Unfortunately.
That's what I'm afraid of. Just the reality of it.
Mhm.
So, anyway, I
In
guess
my
I should.
opinion, maybe reality doesn't have to be that cruel.
Maybe not. It's been
I
cruel like that
think
before in the past, and we weren't even alive. So,
we've lived 1,000 timelines and we don't even get to see one of them. I'm just saying,
yeah.
I think when I think when my plan comes to fruition, everyone will see exactly, you know, everyone will realize how cruel they've been and how things can be better with you.
Okay, but on the topic of your plan, Miles,
What is your plan?
All will reveal itself in due time.
That's really not helpful.
that is
If
what I
we're
worry
supposed to
about.
be, if we're
I'm
supposed to be
sorry.
helping you.
I'm sorry that I can't say anything, but like I said, I'm looking into ironimancer cases. I think I have something to go off of here.
Okay, well, I guess I have no other choice than to.
I am so sorry that I can't say anything, but I do mean that all will be revealed in due time. You
Fair
just have to
enough.
trust me.
Right,
Do
that's what
you
I was saying. I'm saying, I guess I'll just have to trust you, right?
do you trust me, Eli?
I mean, I don't really have much of a choice.
If you did have a choice, if there was anyone here that you could trust, would I be one of the people that you trust?
Miles, I'm gonna be real with you. You just told me you killed someone. Like, I'm gonna be
I understand how that I
real with you,
understand how that could be, but you killed 30 people.
Fair enough. Why don't we shake on it?
Yeah.
It was
He
like, you
grabbed his
killed 30
hand,
people. Yeah, well, I didn't do it in a cold blood. Anyway.
but you wanted them gone.
Well, I mean, he wanted Abigail gone. That
Yeah.
maybe then. Fair enough. Yeah.
I,
So
I'm under. I'm sorry if that scared you. I probably shouldn't have brought it up. It's.
it actually doesn't surprise me. Your demeanor was really. How do you say fake? Oh, then it makes a lot more sense now, given that you're trying to hide this really cruel fact, and now that you've said it aloud to someone who understands what you're going through and totally gets the context behind everything, then maybe you'll feel a lot better and feel a little more natural, less.
I'm sorry if I ever came off as fake.
Fake wasn't the
I
right word. I'm sorry. What's the right word?
listen.
Stilted? No.
Yeah. No, I understand. I understand. Out of everything, I definitely understand. I just met you, and you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy thing to hear, but then again, telling someone, "Oh yeah, I disappeared 30 people from reality," is also another crazy thing to hear. Also, AIs. Let's not get into that.
Speaking of which, did you ever get back to me about the Chewbacca mug?
I'm not talking to you right now, Sigmund.
Well, okay then. I guess you won't like to hear me when I tell you that it's going to be very hard actually snuffing out the mole.
Fine. I'll talk to you about the Chewbacca mod. Yeah, what's up?
Is there some-
Look. It's a long story. We'll get to it in a different time,
It's a
preferably in
running
the next
joke.
10 minutes. But
It's a running joke. It's
a
just a
running
running. It's a really good run.
So
Miles kind of looks to you and says, "I'm sorry if I ever came off as, fake, but
I'm not gonna lie.
I want to speak."
Everyone kind of did. They all didn't really know how to talk to me for the first couple days, and I haven't really talked to you in a long time. So I'm sorry if I got the wrong idea.
I want to speak to you heart to heart, eye to eye, and I want to connect to you on a much more personal level. But, and I do have to say that at least what I said, I stand by. I do believe he could be the ticket to a better reality. I believe it wholeheartedly.
I just want to stop other ironimancers from doing what I did. I feel like that's my penance.
Maybe the ticket to that isn't deleting them. Maybe the ticket to that isn't fighting them.
I don't care how long of a leash they put me. I just, on a base level, I want to pay that penance. I still think about that day, you know. Maybe not as often as I used to.
Very well.
Anyway, I have to start practicing more irony, right?
Of course.
Where should I
But
begin?
there's something I want you to practice.
Okay.
I want you to consider this, and I want you to do it on your own time. I want you to practice not being afraid. And I know that sounds vague, but I mean more in the sense of like, you had what you describe as a panic attack at the concert.
It's not. I feel like it's not about not being afraid, Miles. It's about being braver than I am. I can't not be afraid. I just can't. I just have to be braver.
You have to acknowledge your fear, and you have to
Sure.
move past it.
That's called being brave.
Yes. Well, I mean, I believe that telling somebody to be brave is empty platitude. I would just
believe
like
that's
to make
the
sure
best
that you
thing
understand what that meant, in my words, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
So, the next time that you go through one of those things, if it ever happens again, I want you to essentially, I don't want you to freak out. It could be an incident caused by irony, but if it is, it's something that you can control, right?
Well, I don't know. I've never had to control something like that before. I didn't think I could control it, so maybe I'll try next time, should it ever happen again.
Maybe. We learn as we go, Eli. We will get the better of this.
Right.
The fear will not persist.
Right.
Which is why we... Yes. I just wanted to be clear. We could get to your training in a second. I just want to make sure that you're...
I'm in the right headspace. I promise.
That's awesome.
I kind of disagree with you in how fear works, is all. I don't think it's right to not be afraid. You should be afraid of some things. That's human, you know? But you can't let yourself be ruled by fear. That's how you act weak. That's how you panic, you know?
That's how you succumb to stuff like the dark sides of irony, theoretically.
Sure. That's why I'm saying that it's better to be braver than to be not afraid. Because at the very least, with bravery, you can face that fear. If you act like the fear isn't there, or it doesn't exist, or it doesn't matter, then it's just going to creep back up on you.
That's not being afraid. That's suppressing your fear. I guess we can...
That sounds like not being afraid to me.
Well, there's a difference. I think you have the right idea when you say be brave, though. But yeah, whatever
Anyways,
you have for whatever your methods are for not being afraid, definitely stick to that. And if you need help, I'm always on the other line.
of course. Thank you, Miles.
Of
Anyways,
course.
do you guys want a piece of cake?
I could actually go for one. I'm kind of no, cake and milk actually sound like a really good combo.
So he reaches into his backpack, and it's like a rather like flimsy looking backpack. Like there isn't a whole lot in it. But when he reaches inside, he pulls out a packaged slice of cake on like a dinner plate.
Oh, so like one of those Tupperware cake things? By
Yeah,
the way,
yeah.
none of this is costing you any cules.
I'm figuring that.
I gotta point it out.
One thing that I would also like to point out, kind of out of character right now, but again, as I was saying about the whole thing about snuffing out who the mole is, it's going to be really hard because there's also a very high potential that they're going to realize, hold on a second, Miles joined the irony team, or not the irony team, the Narramancy Council, just as the person who was put in charge of the ironimancer died. Curious.
You didn't join it just as it was a while. It was a while afterwards.
Yeah, it was like he's talking like this happened way before he became part of the council, right?
Yeah.
But still, either
Yeah.
way, the risk is there that should we launch an official investigation, that they might find out about what
They
Miles
could.
did.
They could, and that's definitely a risk. That's definitely something you're going to have to think about when you go about investigating this thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Miles seems to understand that like the brevity of his actions, even if
Yeah.
he feels that they're justified. So, Eli, at the end of the day,
Think about the way he came at you. It wasn't in like bragatory tone. It wasn't in
it was literally like, "Hey, listen, this is something that I did. Here's why I did it. Like no feelings. Like it doesn't make me feel good, or like he didn't say anything of that way. It was literally, this is something I had to do. This
yeah.
is something I felt I had to do.
This is something he felt he had to do.
Like, yeah, I totally feel it. So, at the same time though, like even Eli would be like, if it weren't deletion, he would like he would understand the punishment. Like if it were like, okay, so what if I monitored my whole life? That's the punishment, that's the penance I have to pay for doing what I did. But because it's like specifically, fuck you, you're not gonna exist anymore, no one's gonna remember you. That's going a little far.
Yeah.
I'm just a kid. I didn't really mean to do this, So
Of course.
that's like looking on the offset, but like obviously it's far more emotional charged because it's gonna be like, I'm not gonna exist. You know what I mean? Like,
Isn't there just so many conflicting feelings and ideas about this specific scenario? Aren't we glad that we're role playing it out?
yeah.
Aren't we glad that we're role playing it in a sense where we all can have an opinion, and that opinion somehow affects what's going on in the broader sense of things?
True. So Eli pulls out a packaged slice of cake. He to be more specific, so that irony doesn't like fuck something up. It's like a all chocolate. It's a German chocolate cake, like a slice of German chocolate cake, and he places it in front of Miles, just right in front of him.
I actually prefer with the vanilla center, if you wouldn't mind.
With a vanilla center, okay.
Yeah.
And Eli waves his hand over the cake, and it looks like nothing's changed.
Hmm?
Well, you said you wanted a vanilla center.
I did. This still looks like the chocolate cake.
Slice into it.
Very well. he kind of narramancies a fork in his own hand,
Okay.
takes a little piece of the cake.
So it's a very thin layer of chocolate that surrounds a vanilla center.
What does it taste like?
Well, Eli's had vanilla and chocolate cake before, so he figures that it would taste like vanilla with a little bit
This
of chocolate
is
cake.
your will onto reality.
Right. So
So
mean-
what specific chocolate cake would it be? Is
Well-
it the one from Wegmans? Is it the one from like your
Well,
7th birthday that you just remembered?
It would probably be from birthday, like a Chuck E. Cheese birthday cake. You know what I mean? Like something that he's like had in the past. You know. So it's like I don't know, that's the kind of flavor profile he's thinking.
Okay, so
like,
yeah, something like a
kind
kid's
of-
birthday cake.
Yeah, exactly.
This is delicious. A little cheap, but delicious.
Sorry, I haven't really eaten gourmet cakes or anything, so
Well,
I just
okay.
I had to base the flavor based on my own experience. I
Eli,
found that if I
when
don't
this
do
is
that, I'm sorry.
Eli,
go
when
on.
this is over, I'm taking you to a nice cake shop.
I think I'll need a lot more than nice cake. But yeah.
Obviously, but you deserve to have at least one gourmet cake. Have you ever actually had like a you've never had like just a really good chocolate cake with devilish frosting?
Miles,
You-
I'm only 14 years old. The most amount of cake I've had is at birthday parties. My mom is pretty strict about sugar.
Oh, that's right.
You should know
So one of the
this. You
things
guys
you
are
must know
playing
about
my life.
Miles, one of the things you must know about Miles is that he is kind of a passionate foodie.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't say to the rate that Rezis is, but he likes his classy
Like,
shit.
good. I am.
He
like
likes his
me,
classy
me,
shit.
Luke likes classy shit, so I totally get it.
Yeah.
So
Think
you know,
about Miles as a person. He's very well spoken.
like-
He's very
is he like
direct.
Is he like a spaghetti and wine kind of classy? Or are we talking like,
Absolutely.
or are we talking going to like the fancy ass restaurant to get like the tiny portions kind of classy? Like
I wouldn't say
I'm
he's
kind
like
of
that.
both.
Like he's more so just like, I happen to know that brand of gin is really good. It costs this amount of money and it has this, like, you know, the kind of guy who frequents Spirited Barrel.
Oh. The
Or
1984 gift.
yeah. So, like, how do I put this? He's not, like, he's not super frou-frou about it, but he is definitely like, I happen to know of a really good gourmet place in this area, and I'd like to take you something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What I'm saying is I might just want like financial compensation so I can go get therapy after all of this.
Very well.
Yeah, well, Gwen is a 15-year-old child.
And she acts like a freaking professional therapist.
That doesn't God damn it.
There is also Gwen's grandmother.
People think that they are more mature than they are, and I'm gonna say that I see that a lot in Gwen.
Fair enough.
I like I could be your therapist anyway. Grandma, why won't you let me go to the concert?
Yeah.
She's still a teenager.
Yes, and that's what we're saying. But yeah, no, Miles is the kind of guy who's, I mean, he wouldn't really be opposed to dining as an experience, but he views that more as an experience rather than let's go out and get some good food. When he talks about good food, he talks about like just really well-made food. Which is one of the things that Miles likes. But yes, I know this shop in Reno. I could take you sometime if you ever just want to chill and talk about whatever, really. Doesn't even have to be irony.
Maybe after we nab Ragnarok.
Of course. Yes, a cake to celebrate.
Anyway,
He smiles at the thought.
Sigmund, do you have any ideas if I could practice ironic?
Good question.
I don't know. I'm thinking, like, wouldn't it be ironic if your wife came home right now? Unless she's already here.
She's not here.
So, there's a knock at the door.
Oh. No fucking way.
I really shouldn't open my mouth, huh?
No.
Do you open the door?
Yes, I open the door.
You see a very crude pencil drawing of your wife shuffle in. Hello, Sigmund!
That's not what I had in mind. Me hoy me noy. Sigmund,
Hello, Sigmund! I am your wife!
Sigmund,
Let us raise our son together!
can I have permission to make that one not be?
Certainly.
Alright. And he's just gonna kind of like, I'm just gonna say that didn't happen.
Is there anything else that you know? Hello, Sigmund. Let us live married life and raise son together.
It's just like a freaking...
Sigmund, get off of your phone and give me attention.
Give me wife stuff.
Give me wife stuff.
I need jewelry, Sigmund.
Buy me more jewelry, Sigmund.
Buy me more jewelry.
Silence, fake wife.
Silence, Rick. Like, what if she just
Sigmund,
doesn't go
I
away
need-
and you have to put her in a closet, dude?
Sigmund,
oh, God.
I need currency for jewelry and wife stuff.
Imagine if his wife was a chair.
Wait.
Sigmund, I require currency for jewelry and nourishment.
You know, now that
Will
I
you
think about it,
provide?
I've never really tried to make something alive. So, is this? I don't know if this is alive so much as it is animated, but
It's...
wait, I didn't actually do this to your wife, right?
No, I'm pretty sure you didn't. Sigmund just sends a quick, so how was work, to his wife.
Work was pretty good.
Okay, so
Was?
this isn't your wife.
Are you on your way home now?
Yeah, it's getting kind of late, and I'm gonna pick up some dinner on my way out. Do you mind?
Oh, wait, where?
I'm sure you're probably gonna get something with your friends. I was thinking about maybe me and August grabbing a quick slice at Paisano's.
I see.
Wife, get me the double-decker classic deluxe.
At a pizza place?
He likes pizza. Oh God, should I do burgers?
This
Do you
is
think
like
we're
the
excited
most
for
like,
burgers?
husband and wife conversation I've ever heard.
Love it.
Hello, welcome to Petra.
Like,
She is wife.
the quote, "Oh God, should I do burgers?" is like so fucking relatable.
I mean,
I've heard,
I did have
I've heard my mom say
pizza
that like
yesterday.
1,000 times.
These are
So, I'm okay with having it again, but
I'm
just
gonna do a bit.
please don't do the rock and roll.
get the burgers.
Oh, you're not doing burgers? You're saying yes on the pizza?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I had a bit for us Californians.
Better not be a vegan burger. I swear to God, if it's a vegan burger.
No. Faith and Luke, you'll love this one. So
Okay.
recently, I was. So I was gonna have Petra say, "Yeah, there's this wonderful new place that opened up called In and Out."
Oh my god.
Because they
Oh
started
my God.
opening up locations outside of California. In fact, when I went to Reno, they were like, dude, we have this amazing new burger joint. called In and Out. You should check it out. And it's like
That's so
hey,
fucking
That's
funny.
so funny.
yes.
No
Jokes that
shit.
only make-
Right next to the Planet Fitness. That's
Jokes
so
that-
fucking funny.
It's right by a Planet Fitness and a Mexican restaurant and Burger King.
We love that.
They
What a
really-
world.
No shit.
It's in like it's pretty. I don't know.
Hayden, I know you don't get this. That is a joke that is only funny to us Californians.
No, I get it.
But you're going with pizza instead. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll pick you up something. Do you want something, or are you going out with your friends?
I'll probably have a couple slices of sausage.
Oh, okay. He sends a smiley face.
Sigmund sends one back. Except instead of what I would imagine to be a... God, I've got to find the right ones. I'd imagine that Petra sent... I've got to scroll through all of these now. Petra's was this, but I'd imagine that Sigmund's is more, this. The dichotomy.
Yeah, the first one is definitely the one I send more frequently. But yeah, definitely. That's Petra. Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely pick that up.
Sigmund turns to Eli. She's just fine. Fortunately, she was not turned into a pale caricature of herself.
That's good. I'm gonna de-existify this now.
Wonderful.
You just hear it go.
Eli's gonna look at her, and he's gonna tell her, "Go away," and snap his finger.
As you're snapping your finger, you just see like a small little hole open up and just suck this thing in as it's running for its life. It looks back. It frantically looks back. You ever see how frantically the Bibblies move in Smiling Friends episode 1?
Yes.
It's like that, but looking back
you're
at you
telling me
guys
she's
with
running
this
on
fucking-
ones.
But like looking at you with this horrified fucking expression, and then she's gone in an instant.
Just go. Just go. Bye.
That feels...
That was needlessly violent.
Yeah, that felt almost wrong.
Made me want to watch the dude again.
What'd you say?
This made me want to watch the doodle.
Anyway,
God same.
obviously
Prepare to
my
be-
ideas fucking suck. So does anyone way better? Or
Eli,
Uh,
I don't mean this to slander you, but you, the way you portray women seems like you've never had a girlfriend in your life. Well, then you are 14.
he is 14, yeah.
I am 14 years old. Leave me alone.
That's gonna be another big quote. I am 14 years old.
I don't understand why you think it's okay to make fun of having a girlfriend.
I'm not.
many girlfriends
I
have you
said I
had,
didn't mean it
Miles?
to be inflammatory.
How many girlfriends have you had,
Oh,
Miles?
just one, just Evanod.
Well, Evanod's not my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Right. You're not her boyfriend.
I'm not.
You're
He says this so, he says this so casually. I'm really not. Evanod's a nice girl, but you know.
I'm surprised
me
he's
and her are
overlooking
not
the
together.
pet remark.
Pet?
That's what Eli said, right?
Yeah, but let's not talk about that because I don't.
Wait, what did you say?
It's like, yeah, you're not her boyfriend. You're her pet.
Looking. I did not actually hear that shit. Not her boyfriend, you're a pet. Ugh. Sigmund, you know I love Evie, but she could be a handful, you know?
You're telling
Yeah.
me. Didn't you guys buy me like a big old like day party thing at the ice rink?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that
Tell
was
me,
you.
That was Evie's idea.
No, that was Asahite's idea, I believe.
What? I've been lied to.
The note straight up said Asahite on it.
Asahito.
Fair enough.
Listen, if any one of us cares for you if any one of us cares for you the most, it's him. That man has done some insane things just to protect you.
Granted,
Yeah.
that nearly usually resulted in him getting very near to getting fired, but either way.
Sometimes I question what they're willing to get away with, you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was just a couple steps away from full-on homicide.
Miles kind of looks uncomfortable by that.
No, you don't understand.
Anyway.
He actually brought a 20-something into a bathroom and waterboarded him in the toilet.
Okay. Well, seems like we all have some embarrassing stories now, don't we? I'm gonna chide him about this when he gets back.
I totally don't know. No. No
Sigmund,
way.
are you
No.
hiding something from us?
Not that I know.
Well, you did marry a drawing.
That
I didn't.
doesn't count. That
Okay,
doesn't
first
count.
of all, I didn't mean to make it. I didn't mean to make it some weird drawing. Okay.
I'm just jesting. Don't worry. We like to have a little fun here, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, come to think of it, there is a suggestion for what we could do. Shall I show you to the backyard?
Yes.
And once they get to the backyard, it's a jungle out there.
What do you mean?
The grass is very tall.
You have not been keeping up with your mowing.
I can change.
Oh, great.
The
Eli.
Homeowners Association is going to be coming around very soon, and I really don't want to have to deal with them.
Sigmund, you're a narramancer. There are other suburbs in Reno that don't fuck with the Homeowners Association.
But this one's closer to work?
Sigmund, you can teleport whenever you want. I guess you're right. Yes, you can. Out of character, yes, you can. That's how you've been getting in and out of the fucking council. Straight up teleportation.
So I've been stepping into a telephone booth for nothing.
Yes. You didn't need to.
Do you
Doctor
think?
Who lied to me.
Yeah, I was about to be like, Sigmund.
Bad British sci-fi aside.
They're not tortoises, or whatever they. They're not.
The TARDIS, let's go.
Anyway, that aside, I'm just gonna say that you ruled. I'm just gonna say that you said it was because that's closer to where Petra works.
Yeah. Even though I do like the whole wait, I could teleport bit.
It doesn't make sense for your character because you've been kind of just doing this. You've been in the council. But yeah, I got you.
But then I was like, oh yeah, that's how it works, huh? We gotta find some way to actually bounce off of that. And I was just like, oh yeah, Doctor Who.
I got you. In the roleplay, it works.
It's almost like
anyway.
we're in
Sigmund, you didn't just bring the boy over here to cut your lawn, didn't you?
I mean, I can
No,
do
I-
that if you want. And I
I
don't think
brought
it'll
him
take
over
a
here
whole
to train
time.
him on using irony.
Yes.
And it just so
Maybe
happens that
you
it
can-
involves trimming my lawn.
He folds his arms and just kind of gives you like a smug gesture. Yes, and maybe next week I'll bring the boy in to train some irony on my lawn.
Do you even have a lawn?
No, that was just a joke.
Yeah, I thought you lived in an apartment.
Well, my living spaces I haven't discussed much, but pretty solitary. But anyway,
And here you were making fun of Eli for not having a girlfriend.
yes, I didn't say I've had one now, but I've had one before. There was Jaina, there was Alicia, I've dated plenty of women.
Touche. Well, in that case, I should probably mark off about where you need to go with this. If I remember correctly, the highest they'll allow is...
Sigmund, you're buying this kid something afterwards. Like you're treating him to dinner or something. You can't just
certainly. That's... Petra's coming back with pizza, don't worry.
Pizza for all of us? Or pizza for you?
That's beside the point.
I'm sorry, I'm loving this bit.
Either way...
This is a good beat. That's a good bit.
What'd you say, Luke?
Yeah, this is a good bit.
Either way, try to bring it down to about 2 inches. I presume you're fairly familiar with how height works, considering the concert.
All right. Roll accuracy, Eli.
All right. Am I doing irony or not? Like, am I gonna?
Yes, you're gonna irony mow his lawn.
Wait, really?
That's what he wanted you to do.
Okay. Eli's gonna
How
kind
you
of
want to
like
go
look-
about it? How you want to go about it is up to you.
Eli's gonna look at the grass and he's gonna think for a moment. Like, what would be? Like, let's take the principle that Miles kind of came up with and being like, okay, like what would be the most effective solution for this? Well, it's not a life-threatening scenario, but at the same time, like on intuition, what Eli does is he takes his hand, kind of like, and he like horizontally karate chop, just thinking like, I want the grass to be cut to, I don't know, 3 inches. And he just
The section
moves
of
his
the
hand.
grass that you karate chop gets cut to the point where you've karate chopped it.
Interesting. Well,
You have
would
to
be a lot-
somehow visualize 3 inches if you want 3 inches.
Gotcha. Visualize. I know what 3 inches. Like I know what that looks
3-inch tall grass.
like. Yeah. I don't know. I've seen nicely mowed grass, but up close.
There you go.
And well, here, let's. How do I make that work? Maybe I start walking and the grass behind me starts getting cut that way, or that would be like a lawnmower, though. Why don't I just irony a lawnmower? I don't know.
There you go.
Sigmund, do you even have a lawnmower?
A push mower, yeah.
Remember that we are actually training on irony at this point. You can't cheat out by actually mowing his lawn. Much
Yeah,
as Sigmund would
right.
probably like that.
That would be a big Eli moment.
You know what? I could just irony you a nicer lawnmower. I could just irony you a nicer lawnmower, and you can lawn yourself. How about that, Sigmund? How about you get up off your ass and you actually do some?
But I'm
That's a bit.
sore.
That's a bit. That's a bit.
I went a bit too hard on my exercise today. I don't wanna.
This is a good one. This is a good episode. This is what
This
I
is
needed
your
after
training.
the concert.
Your training.
Hey Eli, when you're done, you might want to do some training on those dishes.
No, the dishes I'll do.
Sigmund's gonna be like, hey, can you?
This is actually kind of a tall order.
Oh my
I mean, how much grass am I?
Sigmund takes a ruler, measures one of the blades of grass. Oh, this one's 9 inches. How did it get this bad?
How much grass am I dealing with? Like surface area.
Let's go about 15 feet
I
by
don't-
15 feet.
That's a good one.
15 by 15.
Is this the
there?
backyard or the front yard?
Backyard.
Awesome.
Front yard, okay, I've got to actually think of how I want to phrase this. The front yard, Sigmund's a little better with mowing because, like, you know.
If you have a homeowners association, they're gonna look more at the front yard than the.
Yeah, the backyard's fenced in though, so it's going to be like a lot of people don't look there, so it kind of ended up being a jungle after a while.
Yeah.
You know, Sigmund, I'm silently judging you.
Why not verbally judge me? After all,
Well,
you need
because that would be rude.
I mean, at least it's not because you're scared to.
I like that I like that these characters are having the banter of people who know each other very well. I'm happy that we're at this point.
So, at this time, Eli's just thinking like, okay, how do I deal with much grass? I've never had to cut grass like this before for anyone. So, or even, let alone like, the most household chores I've done is like clean dishes. We don't really have much of a lawn at my house. So, he's thinking, well, maybe I could, like, irony a wind to come and cut it. I don't know.
Wind to cut grass.
That doesn't make sense.
Sigmund uses his narramancy to create maybe a smaller scythe just as a representation. I think you might need one of these.
A scythe?
It's like a sickle, but big.
Theoretically, couldn't you use your irony to affect an entire area?
I don't know.
I mean-
I haven't really tried it before, which is why I'm just thinking. Maybe
If something gets a little too stressful on your, if it gets a little too stressful on your powers, when we use narramancy, it tends to affect us physically.
Right.
I'd imagine that if things got too stressful in that regard, you could always let us know, and that we'd tell you to stop.
Let's see. I have an idea. Hand me the sickle.
Sigmund hands it over.
Eli is going to kind of like throw the sickle, twist his wrist, and then use irony on the sickle to try and like boomerang it all around the yard.
Bam, have you ever played Kirby?
Me?
Yeah, or like Mega Man X, or like something where you got like a cutter power.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is that the sickle will, like, you throw the sickle in such a way, in which case it spins, cutting the grass, in such a way, and you throw it in a straight line, it starts spinning and cutting grass wherever it spins.
Yeah.
and it's still spinning.
Interesting. So maybe I can guide it with my hand.
Do you move your hand up and down?
Yes.
Are you using your powers as you do so?
Well, yeah, I mean, as best as I can.
The scythe follows your hand.
Sigmund takes a step toward the door.
Miles follows you.
Eli is going to very carefully guide the sickle, I'm assuming rotating sickle.
Yes.
He's gonna guide that just very carefully around the yard. Very carefully. I'm gonna make this very clear. Very carefully around the yard to cut the grass.
You managed to do it.
Is that gonna cost a Kuel?
No. Well, actually, one.
One
Level 1. One level 1. Layer 1.
Okay.
But, so here's the thing. A spinning blade is not itself an accurate weapon. So, grass gets cut, but you notice that there are a few large patches that you miss.
Yeah. I mean, it's not... I'm just testing an idea.
Yeah.
So it's like... it's not... I'm not expecting it to be completely... effective. So long as it's mostly effective, I think that...
Sigmund, do you receive a text? It's just a picture of the Rock and Rumble Party pizza pack.
Oh no.
You look at the top, the name says August,
What?
and it just says, "One day we're doing this."
Oh, okay then. Well, that's an interesting predicament that I'm in. Sigmund responds back with a sure. This is going to haunt me for the rest of my days, isn't it?
I'm gonna mention this to you at your grave.
Yeah, it's probably.
I'll be right back.
This
I
is
have to
probably
use
gonna
the
be the thing
restroom.
that kills him anyway. Like, so you might as well just prepare the eulogy.
I'm gonna be right back.
Alright.
Alright.
Dang, it is currently.
I'm not gonna lie, this whole time, I have been on Google Maps looking at Skid Row, LA.
Skid Row.
Which is, it's like this tent city that's in LA, just to remind myself of how fucking awful LA is.
I don't want to go there. Chris said, "Hey, when I go visit, can we play?" And I'm like,
Fucking
absolutely.
no. God, I hate LA.
Like, if we were gonna have a road trip anywhere.
I mean,
in
at first I was
California-
I'm
thinking.
Californian, so I could say that.
You know, at first I was thinking, why are all these people saying that LA is a third world shithole? And then I saw actual
It
images
is!
of LA, and I was like, what the hell?
Have you been to LA? I've been through it, and like, LA,
And like,
it smells
the image,
horrible.
it was just like, there were trash bags strewn like all across the street in a perfect linear formation. Like, imagine the scene in Full Metal Jacket. That's what those trash bags looked like.
Oh my god!
Look
it's
at
just
this.
It's
5'9".
A fucking awful shithole. There's just a random ass wheelchair sitting there.
It's just, oh my god, it's so bad.
How is that even
That's
hospitable?
a Target! That's a
How
Target!
is this
Like, this
like,
just feels
I feel
illegal.
I genuinely feel for the homeless people. Like, I feel bad for them.
Dude,
but
half these people don't even have a home. They're not looking. They want to
really,
live
they
here.
just want to be like that.
Yeah, it's so weird, man.
What the fuck?
The people in Los Angeles probably think that's enlightened or something.
Yeah, fucking who
What
knows?
is this?
Like, it's the new
is
way
not
to
okay.
enlightenment, to where I can sympathize with the working class a bit more.
See like two people having an argument in this image, and then like right next to that, there's a fucking creating opportunity through education tent right next to two people having an argument. There's probably some people fucking shooting it up inside of these tents.
There's
Like
probably some people fucking in those tents.
Yeah, it's also possible.
God. Skid Row, baby.
Blech.
Skid Row, baby, where all the nothing happens.
I don't ever
All the nothing. Let's go.
because the one time I had to
These
like
are new images too. So fucking. There's just people jaywalking all the time.
Dang. Jaywalkers.
I fucking hate jaywalkers.
I mean, like, they're probably a lot worse in big cities. Which is why I don't really find myself thinking, damn those jaywalkers very often. Because, you know,
anyways.
we barely even
I'm
have
probably-
crosswalks in my
What was
area.
it? What was it?
I'm probably gonna pop off because I don't think Gwen is gonna show up anymore for this session, and it is getting late, and it is past my grandma bedtime, so yeah.
I
Back.
hello.
What were you guys discussing when I was away?
Skid Row.
LA.
Skid Row. Nice.
Yeah, in LA. Yeah.
And also, I'm also probably gonna pop if Gwen is no longer needed.
After we finish this section, we could do something with Gwen, I'd imagine.
It's currently 1:17, and I have school tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, let's finish up
Yeah.
this irony training,
I mean,
and then we
next
can
week I
call
should
it.
be able to go entirely off for a really long time because it's spring break, baby.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I'll be able
Oh,
to, but
spring
yeah,
break.
we can try.
Okay, yeah, let's just finish up this irony training, and we'll call it. Maybe get a stinger in. You know, it's a nice break from the Ragnarok stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway. So that's what happens, is that the scythe cuts an imperfect layer, or it cuts an imperfect pattern into your grass.
I'll just
Yeah.
touch up on it later. That picked up, right? I couldn't tell if it picked up through my mic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
you're good.
Good. Well then, since my actual wife and not a drawing of my wife should be coming home any minute now.
Any other
Yes.
irony beat training or
I'm pretty sure that I have everything that I really can think of training you on.
Sigmund, I think there's a few last things that we should maybe go back to the council for, and then, you know, I'll relieve you of your duties, and I'll let you, I'll tell Malcolm that you went home early to spend some time with your wife, and say that I'll pick up on whatever slack that needs to be picked up on.
All right.
Awesome.
You see Sigmund start heading out through the rest of the house before he remembers, oh, right. And then he teleports away.
Miles, I probably should walk you out, Eli, so that you're not in...
I don't know, you're not in a teleporting mood?
Just like,
I am, but I
oh,
want to make
right.
sure you leave Sigmund's house so that there's a, if his wife finds you in
The yard with
You
a
know, the
sickle.
house. If the wife finds you in the yard with a sickle, I could explain that to her.
Fair enough. We should probably get going.
Yes. So Eli leaves, and after Eli leaves, Miles teleports back to the council.
It's really weird not using the
So-
TARDIS anymore.
I'm surprised you've used that for as long as you have. I think today was a successful piece of training. Don't you think?
Certainly.
I think so.
Wait, Eli, how'd you get here?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you were talking. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
We moved back to the council. I think today was successful. I wish to do stuff like this in the future. I think if we're to achieve a good ending, we need to. I think if we're to achieve the best possibility, we're to, have a better understanding of what this could entail.
Indeed.
Hello.
Uh,
Well, anyway,
yeah.
I'm going to. Anyway, you can head back. You can head back to your place. I'm gonna go tell Elder Malcolm that. I'll finish up your job for the rest of the day. But first, Miss Treyas. Huh? I'd like to spend some time getting to know you a little better.
Oh.
What do you say that you join me for dinner tonight? I know this wonderful place over in Reno. I'd like to talk and get to know you a bit better. Reyna gets a little flustered. Oh, uh, uh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds fun. Um, I don't really know. I don't really go out a lot. Come on, it'll be a lot of fun. I'll make sure of it. You can trust me, right, Sigmund?
Yes. Sigmund actually elbows Miles a little bit, just like, didn't think you make the move that fast.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Didn't you?
He's got a surprised expression. Yes, and I'd like to get to know her a little better. Well, yeah, that definitely sounds fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. Let's meet up tonight. Roll awareness, Sigmund.
This is definitely for a date, right? That's a 15. What do we
Evanod's
got?
got a bit of a fucking like downtrodden expression on her face.
Damn. Ouch.
This is merely a formality. I'd really like to get to know our new cohort.
Oh, right. Well, you never asked me out for dinner, so.
Touche. I mean, well, I think we've had time to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Like you said, there could be the prospects of an mole. By the way, should probably let Leonard Malcolm know about that.
But you do realize the risks of bringing the head of the council in on this, right?
I do.
If you were to launch an investigation, he could find out about that.
That does indeed pose a risk. Maybe we keep this on the down low for now. Tell those of only who we trust.
Will do.
Okay.
And with that, I am having insane deja vu right now.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just feel like I've been in this exact situation before, sitting at my computer, thinking like, oh yeah, Sigmund zips back to the regular world, all the while a gif of SpongeBob's butt cheeks being erased is playing. I feel like I've been in this exact situation before at some point in my life. It's weird.
Yeah.
And I really hope that doesn't become a quote. Anyway.
But
yeah, Sigmund goes
like
back to the
honestly,
material
Miss Reyes.
plane.
Yes. Miles finishes off with, honestly, Miss Reyes, I cannot wait for our time together. Sigmund has told me a lot of great things about you, and I can't wait to get to know you better. Treyas blushes, and she kind of like scrambles. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Honestly. Thank you. Anyway, that'll be it for the session today.
All right. So, for everybody watching the VOD, thank you for joining us. Again, sorry, Ruins, for cutting this one off a little short. Thankfully,
You're fine, dude.
next week...
You're fine, dude. I always want to do more Irony's Claw. So, like, trust me, it's fine. I'm always in the mood of wanting to do more Irony's Claw. So, especially with the Ragnarok stuff being like one thing after another, it always kind of it gets me excited for the next thing.
Yeah. My main thing, though, is that next week I should definitely have a lot more time because, hey, it's spring break. Look at that. Wonderful.
Yeah, definitely.
And the day that I actually start spring break is the day after Irony's Claw. So that would mean that I have plenty of time to actually
for sure.
go through the entire session.
For sure, dude.
But yeah,
anyway, what did you think of the session?
it was wonderful.
I'm glad.
I enjoyed it because I was able to bring out more of Sigmund energy.
Yeah. I love that. It was less about Sigmund being a vessel for the plot and more just about Sigmund being Sigmund.
Yeah. I like it when I'm able to do that.
Yeah, it's the best part of your character.
It was just like, dang, so I didn't even need to get into that phone booth the entire time?
It's like, you wasted your time doing what?
You wasted your time doing this bit?
It's fun. Then it's just
I
like,
gotcha.
oh yeah. And then on top of that, just the whole, oh yeah, mow my lawn.
I love that after the serious stuff, you were like chiding Miles for, being into Evie.
Yeah. Helps lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
Sigmund
I
doesn't
love
like
these
it when things
characters.
get too heavy.
Yeah. I love that these characters can have this level of banter.
It's great. But yeah, anybody who's watching the VOD, thank you for sticking with us until 3 hours, 49 minutes, and 5 seconds in. And we'll see you all next time with Session 15. Keep clawing that irony.